My beat is popping.
Oh.
I'm the Joe Rogan. No, I'm just kidding.
Yo, what's his name? What's his assistant? Jeremy? Yo, Jeremy, pull up that one video with that one girl getting knocked out.
I listen to a lot of Joe Rogan, but recently I've been also listening to a lot of Andy Frisella.
Who's that?
He's the First Form Energy guy who owns First Form.
Oh.
But he also does, he's the one that created 75 Hard Challenge.
Oh, that's where I was just going to say. I have a friend who's an SF now who's, I think, sponsored by First Form, him and his wife.
Yeah, he does that, yeah.
And what's it called? 75 Hard?
75 Hard. 75
they that's like a common thing I see in their Instagrams. Like, they're very into fitness and stuff. So 75 Hard is like, they do it like 4 times a year.
And a lot of his stuff is pretty genuinely good. Like, he has, so Andy Frisella created this thing called American Freedom. It's like his American Freedom store because he literally is a patriot.
It's a store, like an actual store.
It's like a spontaneous traveling online store, and it only comes on whenever he has a new release of things.
Okay,
So
I like this.
It's really cool. So February 26th, he's gonna drop a new drop of all new items, and after that,
and this is items that are like fitness, like nice mesh shirts.
No, it's patriotic stuff, and it just says "Real American Freedom." That's it, and it's very patriotic. It's cool because
what's his name again?
Andy Frisella,
and he has a podcast.
It's
also I might be
it's kind of
getting
like
laughed out here for not knowing who that guy is.
No, it's kind of like you. It's all he doesn't get commercials. He doesn't he
has no sponsorships. Nope. He sucks.
No. But he's cool. I like listening.
He's just like you. He's like very fucking mid.
Very basic ass bitch.
No, go ahead. My fault.
No, but I listen to him. And I listen to Joe Rogan heavy, and sometimes I listen to Jordan Peterson.
I know that is.
Yeah, and Jordan Peterson, like his.
You listen to like very serious podcasts. You like.
Well, it gets me going because every day, every morning, I try to be good about it. Every morning, I try to get up, walk my dog, or just go outside and walk like 3 to 5 miles. Because me as a big dude.
What time is your normal wake up?
4:30. 4:30 in the morning.
Really?
Every day. 4:30.
Work day, non-work day off.
Yeah, 4:30.
When you have a day off, you normally wake up that time. Is your alarm set for 4:30 on a day off?
Yes.
I'm one of those people too. Like today's my day off. Obviously, we're recording today.
Yeah.
My alarm was like 6 in the morning. I just got up and did my thing, and I think I took a nap for a little bit. But
you said 6:30. I said 4:30.
4:30 is crazy, but
it's tough. I get up and like I even look at my bed like, dude, I want to get out. But then I think I look at my kids and I'm like, yeah, I gotta get out. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a drive behind it, and so every morning I get up and I'll read 10 pages in a book.
What are you reading right now?
Right now, reading a book called.
Hopefully the NCO, how to be an NCO.
No, how to be an NCO.
Yeah, the leadership book.
I'm reading right now, Winning by Tim Grover. My buddy put me on it. I got sucked in the first 10 pages, and I was like, whoa. Oh. So I'm reading that right now. I've already finished 2 books so far for the new year, and then I plan on just
Damn.
Yeah.
What books have you finished?
I finished Unshakable by Tony Robbins, and I finished Atomic Habits. How to keep consistent atomic habits.
I think I've heard of the first one somewhere.
Pretty good. But it's progression, right?
What is it like? What do you kind of like? It's like patriotic stuff, right? Like some.
Atomic Habits is to
Black Hawk Down type situations.
No, not that. No,
like love stories?
No, definitely not. It's just a thing to how to build good habits. It's a book.
Oh,
it's a book
my fault.
It's how to build good habits because we tend to get lazy.
I'm gonna stop being funny at this point. Go ahead.
We tend to get.
It's one of these podcasts, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, it's one of these podcasts.
No, it's not. But
10 pages a day is actually pretty. I need to start. I'm like creeping
honestly
onto something like a format like that. Not where because I hate reading, but I'll never pick up this book. This and that. If I can go on Twitter and this and that and read about freaking sports parlays and stuff for Prize Picks, like Enrique, you can pick up a freaking book and read 10 pages. Like I'm very open to all this. I just need to pick myself up and be like, yo.
I didn't think I was ever gonna do it because who the fuck likes reading? Like like you read on your phone all day, but who would pick up a book and just be like, hey, you know what? Take it by page 1. I didn't like it, and like sometimes when you ever get that vibe when you read, your eyes hurt. And then, like, if they don't hurt, you kind of drift off and think of something else.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell did I just read?
Yeah, and you feel like you have to like go back,
Yeah,
like you have to go back like at least two paragraphs and kind of like
when you-
relive it.
Yeah, you're like, fuck, gotta start all over. When you take it 10 pages at a time, at first, the first 2 pages, you're like, okay, yeah, I get that, that's cool. And then you're like, oh, I only got 8 more. And then once you're done, you're halfway done. You're like 5 pages. Oh fuck, I only got 5 more.
And then it's done.
And then it's done. You're like, okay, I'm done with my day. I'm done with my day. And then
Is it like that though? Is it at that point?
yeah, my bad.
That scared me.
Yo, Corona Police Department.
They found us, bro. That's one.
Yeah, you're like, since he's gone, I'll be taking over the Doozy platform. What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Doozy Podcast. My name is Enrique. Welcome to episode 14, 15?
14.
What are we at right now?
We're at 14.
This is 14.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit! Damn! I've been moving. I've been making some motion. We're here with the one and only, the man, the myth, the legend, the Panda, right there in the front. What's your friend's name that made that? That's actually dope as fuck.
My friend.
It's 3D printed, everybody.
My friend Cameron made that. You'd be surprised. He won awards for this. He does like pieces for 40K, like Warhammer 40K. He does
What
pieces.
the?
So he makes really good money. Like I think he did a 40K, like 32 piece or something like that, and then he charged the guy like $5,000 to $6,000 for it. Like you can make really good money being a painter, and he makes really good.
Wow.
Yeah. And he's good at what he does. He has all kinds of
that
awards.
when you pull that up, I was like, yo, what the?
Yeah, and
That's
he did that for me for free. He's like, bro, here you go. I got a gift for you. And I was like, what the heck?
Panda.
Because originally I wanted it just to be like a fucking gray bear to.
Yeah, you just want like
to be part of my like D&D fucking campaign character. Right?
Oh.
And instead of doing it like the bear I wanted, he goes, I got you, and he made it a panda bear.
Basically, most of no. I'm sorry. Everything here has like a meaning to it. It's not just like you just put up that award or you put up, this accolade from wrestling or there's a book that says meat. Anyways.
It says meat. Oh, dude, that's from Pat LaFrida. That's like
my fault.
the best butchers of New York. Hey, I'm fat, dude. I don't give a fuck. Literally, one of my banners says lift, hunt, and eat.
Oh yeah, guys, Andrew Cruz. Give it up, everybody. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up. The man himself. You just competed, right? Just like a week and a half ago. I seen some video that somebody did for you or something like that.
My friend Justin.
So I'm getting into something like videography, photography. I'm gonna have a nice camera. I like to put it to use besides when I'm podcasting. So seeing something like that, what he did for you.
If you want, I can connect you guys.
Oh yeah, 100%, dude. That dude is that video he did for you. That was like pretty. That's like you going to like this is like the Olympics of like LeBron James and Kevin Durant fighting like they're. And it's like the pre-ritual where they're like they're in the locker room and they're listening to like
he's
Gunna.
A cool dude. Like Justin, everyone, if you guys never met him, he's a cool dude. He called me the day before the competition. He's like, Panda, and I was like, what's good, bro? He goes, are you going to compete this weekend? And I'm like, yeah, I am. I'm always competing.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I'm gonna videotape you. I was like, I'm thinking he's gonna grab my phone and videotape my matches.
Oh yeah.
And he goes, yeah. I go, you don't have to, bro. Like, cause they usually.
I'll be there when you wake up.
Yeah.
It was one of those. Like,
but he's
nice.
Yeah.
I would. Yeah. When he said like, I want to record like you the whole day. Bro, I wouldn't.
When
I didn't.
I say my bro was there, like I didn't know he was gonna be there with a whole ass camera following me, like a cameraman. Everyone.
This is like that documentary for.
Yeah. Everyone at the tournament was like, who is this guy? I'm like, I'm just a basic bitch, bro.
Oh, so I bet you when I hit you up for this podcast, you were like, "What the fuck is good?
What's going on?" Because I was like, "Dude, am I hitting my ticket right now?" Like,
you are. Hey, congrats! You're going to showbiz. You're going to Hollywood, baby.
Yeah, because I didn't realize like him doing that.
That's what I want to do for people too. Like I have this very much like, I'm gonna be that dude. Even though I'm young, so I'm only 26, turned 27 this year. I want to be that documentary video dude that. In 10 years from now, I still have the ability to edit and stuff, and then I put a video out of me when I was like 26 doing this, and they're like,
"Oh, you're making moves now, dude. You're good."
I'm trying to be that like the librarian for all the good memories for me and my friends. So when they're like, "Yo, remember that one?" Yeah, Enrique already made a video for it. Like I'm trying to be the bookkeeper when it comes to the good moments, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that was cool. What's Justin, right?
His name's Justin Cook, and he basically he. I didn't know he was going to go to that extreme.
What time was he like?
He was there earlier because it's venue called Jiu-Jitsu World League,
Mhm.
and I usually just do the no-gi, but then I decided to push myself.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Push myself and do gi. Gi is basically the combat pajamas, the karate shit, right?
Yeah.
I don't really like doing like jujitsu in that. It's uncomfortable. It's restraining.
Okay.
And you have to be flexible, and it's like that it restricts your movement. So either or, he hits me up and he's like, I'm gonna be there. I was like, I'm gonna be there in the morning, dude. And he goes, yeah, I'll be there. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, you don't have any commitments to me, Justin. You sure? And he goes, bro, I got you. So I'm thinking he's gonna grab my phone and videotape me. No, he had a full-on camera, and he was getting angles and all kinds of shit.
It's getting low, like taking a knee,
Watching me,
getting
like,
the pro.
coached and
Oh, hell yeah.
And so he goes, oh, I'm gonna edit this and you're gonna love it. And I'm like, oh, okay, like cool. And I'm thinking like, oh, it's just gonna be a little choppy, you know.
Respectfully, Justin. Respectfully.
Yeah. And he did an amazing job.
And
you know what? I was gonna, originally I was like, dude, you want me to pay? And he's like, no, bro, you're my bro. I was like, that's love.
Does he fight too, or is he?
He does jiu-jitsu. He's a blue belt.
So he's also. Does he compete?
He competes, and he hasn't competed lately. He was originally trying to get his law degree. Right, he's a lawyer. Or let me rephrase that. He's not a lawyer.
Oh.
But he was trying to get his law degree.
Oh.
And
Justin.
I think I'm not gonna put his business out there, but I think he's taking a break because it is demanding. It's very stressful to become a lawyer. But for him to take out his little time to go do that for me, that's
when I seen that video, that was one of the biggest reasons why I was like, I need to get Andrew on this podcast. Like
the fact that Justin came out of nowhere and did it, and he's like, I got you, dog. And I was like, dude, that's cool.
You're like, sure, record.
Yeah.
When he was in there. Yeah, when I seen it.
He's a little badass scrapper too. He's like a buck. Sorry, Justin, I don't mean to make fun of you, but he's like a $110. He's a small little dude.
That's light.
Yeah, but that little bastard can fight, dude. He puts so much heart in it.
Hell
but, yeah, no, I definitely give him a lot of credit, and I definitely say thank you.
Have you seen Plyo fight?
I have not, because my boy has never invited. I mean, he invites, but never pushes the tickets out for me to buy one and go and see him, because I would definitely support him since we're both in the same damn world, right?
That's one of the topics was when I met Palaio, I think before you're obviously in the same unit, but I think you were just kind of like bouncing around with different stuff.
People didn't know who I was.
Yeah, but I heard the name. And then when we were talking about it with, Palaio and some other people, they were mentioning the word panda. And I was like, why the fuck they calling this guy panda? It'd be
and cuddly.
Yeah, it'd be the same panda, specifically Jacob. I was like, why do you guys keep calling him that? And now when they were kind of breaking it down to me, it wasn't just like he just called you that. That was like he told me like that's a very known name, especially around this area, or
I think that
by Mountain Sac area specifically.
I think the name is known throughout the IE.
Yeah.
That's
basically.
I didn't even know my name spread like wildfire like that.
I don't think you've seen him, but there was a dude when everyone's in Kuwait, when everyone's overseas. There was a dude that was in the guard with us, and he was there. He did the 1 year option. He was only there for like 1 year, and then he basically got there when everyone left, and when everyone got back, he got out. Like perfect timing. Never had a uniform. Basically showed up in civvies the whole time. Was still getting paid. Like finesse. This is like the most finessed of the National Guard I've ever seen in my entire life. He even knew who the fuck you were. I'm not even kidding, because he's a fighter too. I think his name is Mikey.
Oh, I know who you're talking
Anaya, I think. I don't know, but people call him Canelo. Or I don't know, my fault. People call him Ed Sheeran, but we call him Ed Canelo because he kind of looks like Canelo.
Okay.
But when we're talking about you, he already knew who you were too. And I was like, motherfucker.
It's crazy because like Palaio said it best. He said, in every aspect of my life, of everything I've ever done, right? Mm-hmm. I've achieved, in my opinion, the greatest I could achieve, right? I don't settle for less. I set the standard and I try to go get what I get, right? And it usually ends up being good. I say this confidently. I don't say it very cocky. I really work hard on what I do.
I could see that.
But for some reason in the military, that shit slapped me in the face and said, nah, bitch, you can sit back.
I came into the military young, 18 out of high school. I didn't have like a platform. I didn't have like a status. So me establishing myself as I grew up, that I was a somebody, you know what I mean?
Right.
You were a freaking somebody before you even stepped foot into like
and boy was I humbled.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
But I bet you when it came to like combat and stuff in basic, I bet you were like people were like watch out for this guy.
There was 2 points. So far I'm still in.
There's he's still in the military. I'm out, but he's still in.
So there are two big moments in my military career that I've had the greatest time. one was basic training. I know a lot of people probably think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of people.
I had a great time too.
Yeah, basic training at Benning was. Fun.
I can relate.
It was fun, dude. It sucked, but fuck, it was.
What months did you go?
Summer, from May all the way through
August.
August.
Wait, did you? Oh, my apologies. I keep forgetting that you've been in for a while too. So you didn't
7+.
You didn't do that like that, how they have like 21 weeks or 18 weeks.
Fuck no, I think I was one of the last ones of 16 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, it says it right there. Honestly, the diploma. That
Oh shit, for real?
Yeah, those are the two things they gave me, and I just framed them. But those two right there, it'll say 16 weeks.
Yeah, you just fact checked me.
Yeah.
Yeah, my fault. Okay, it's up there.
I didn't fact check you. The proof is.
Oh,
right
not
there.
21, 16 right there.
So I was the last iteration of it. I was last iteration of also the shark attack. You remember the shark attack?
Mm-hmm.
All right, they don't do that anymore. They do something called the Miracle Mile. When I was in that bus, they told me, don't look up. You stay down until I tell you to stay up, right? I'm like, okay. Then they told us to grab our shit and get the hell off the bus. My fat ass got stuck in the doorway like Winnie the Pooh. And then I got booted the fuck out. I got kicked and flew forward. And they're like, get your fat ass up. And I was like, oh, this is real.
How much did you weigh when you went in?
I was 290 when I was in. And then I ended up dropping to 215, 205.
In basic?
In basic. I was 290. I just
Holy
barely
shit.
made regs. I barely made it, and I looked like a lop ass. I said, let's go. Right? So I even looked different. My pants were falling off my ass. My wife right now, at the time she was my girlfriend.
Oh.
Yeah, at the time she was my girlfriend.
I know I was not the only dude or only person that fucking.
I had to rephrase that.
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead.
But she was like, what the heck, dude? I can wrap my arms around you. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. Okay. It was like that.
Appreciate that, honey.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. The fuck? Right? But
You hungry?
You hungry? You haven't eaten? Nah, I'm starving.
I'm starving right now.
So the second most enjoyable time of my military career was actually getting deployed. I didn't think, a lot of people get scared. I don't want to get deployed.
Honest, we have very similar.
Right.
Going overseas was probably one of the best things I've ever experienced in my entire life.
It was real. It was fun. You learn a lot more as an individual soldier, and you learn how to take care of yourself overseas and not depend on anybody else.
So that's a good one. You didn't like build good friendships with people, because that's like
I built great friendships.
Okay,
I also made great connections.
Yes,
I was actually very impressed on what I did in my military career. Like there, and you've known me for, I don't know, like a couple years.
Yeah, years.
Since we've been in the same unit. And you can very well say that our unit never had my best interest at all. And my unit didn't, and I say that respectfully.
Mm-hmm.
There's some guys in our unit that do their job, and then there's some guys in our unit that just don't. And then there's some guys in our unit that they don't give a shit. They want to get their day done, and
especially, and those people are the ones that they got some rank on them too.
Exactly. And so,
respectfully, I can say this now. I'm not
like the first day out of boot when I went to my unit, I got smoked for 3 hours.
Sounds about right.
I'm not gonna.
I would have smoked you too for 3 hours.
I'm not gonna name drop the sergeant, but he's from the 82nd. Wink, wink. Right? He didn't like me, and I didn't care for him. And I remember too. It's funny because I'm gonna go off a little on tangent here, but I remember when I went into corrections, and I came back with that mindset of I just was in prison for a year, dealing with inmates.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy too.
If I didn't deal with disrespect from them, and I used to fight like every other day and beat the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not gonna let no E7. Anybody who has rank disrespect.
Now we have a rank now, guys.
Yeah. No name drops. Right. And there's a different way you can approach. Like you and me, you have a higher rank. You're younger than me, but you have a respect for me, just like I have a respect for you.
Yes.
Now, if you give me honey, I'll give you something sweet. If you give me vinegar, I'll give you something sour. Because it's how you approach somebody. It's how you're a man, I'm a man, regardless of rank. I don't care if you're from 82nd. I don't care if you're from 10th Mountain. Okay, that's cool. You're in the big boy unit.
That's kind of something that I was told when I was coming up in the ranks, because I was a really young leader. I had some friends, E4s, E3s, who they call me Kiki. That's my nickname. Rivera, shit-faced motherfucker, whatever. From 06 to 17, I've never heard the words just Rivera or Kiki ever again from my friends. It was literally Sergeant, and they stood at parade rest the entire time. It's like they didn't even recognize me.
Yeah, I knew you for a couple years,
Mm-hmm.
And even so, every time I went to parade rest for you, you're like, no, relax.
Yeah,
But
and I'm glad that you did too. You're one of those. Even if it was a funny, like you were just looking straight. Hey, what's up, Smart? Like you were the only dude that would.
And look,
even if it was kidding,
I'm a big dude, and
you still,
and
yeah.
And I have a resume that's like, oh, dude, this guy still humbles himself. And
yeah, there's been most times where just funny, and it's the principle of it. And then there was times where you did like you try to ask something of me, and you were like, no, but shit for real, like you have a moment, and you'd stand at parade rest, and I'm like, he still did like that's this is where someone is like.
So you have someone like you, and even someone like our first sergeant at the time, who I respect tremendously because of how he came in, but one of the other sergeants that I've had for a long time, when I walked into a supply room and I had the beanie on, all of us had beanies on, right? But you have a cover on your head inside doors. There's a way you can be like, hey, take that off your head real quick, right? I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. I'll take it off.
My fault. Appreciate it, Sergeant. Appreciate it, Sergeant.
That wasn't that case. He's like,
hey, motherfucker.
No, he said, motherfucker, take that shit off your head.
Well, motherfucker was in there. I was right. I was somewhat
like,
close.
hey, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I turned to him. I was definitely out of pocket. And I said, who the fuck are you talking to?
What was your rank?
I was an E4.
Okay.
I was talking to an E7 the way.
Jeez.
But in my head, you got to think, I just served a year in prison working. Didn't do time. Let's clarify that. I was working with inmates who in there you cannot let them disrespect you, because all you have is your respect. And if they
they'll run all over you.
They'll run all over you. So
that's where it starts.
If I didn't let real cold killers fucking try to one up me, I'm not gonna let this E7 that not a lot of people like because of his demeanor and his hypocrisy, right? Talk to me in that way. But then at the same time, I had to remember, fuck, I'm in the military. Those rules do not fly, regardless if you're guard or active, right?
True.
But I caught myself in the act. I was like, who the fuck you talking to? And I was like, the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm sorry, Sergeant.
No, it didn't happen like that. I ended up getting sent to first sergeant's office. It was another sergeant's like, Cruz, are you good? I was like, no, what the fuck? I was mad. I was in my own head. And then I was like, damn.
Did you still have the beanie on?
I still had the beanie on.
I would have smoked you.
It's pomelo. It's like a fucking grapefruit. Who the fuck likes grapefruit?
What's it? Paul what? Troy Polamalu?
No, yeah. It's pomelo. I don't fucking know. It's grapefruit, dude.
That's like one thing. I'm young. Like I've been in a really long. I've been in almost a 5-6 year relationship with my high school sweetheart. Split just because we grew up. It was a very mutual thing.
But that's cute. That's cute, man.
It wasn't at the time. It was the worst thing I've ever experienced. No, but wasn't it say I've never experienced living with a significant other. I've been in a relationship since then, but I feel like I wasn't like physically, mentally, spiritually ready for that, and that's a different topic. But
that's good.
I've never like. So when you said I drank this new thing that he got me, and I spit it out. For me, this sounds crazy. You're gonna be like, "Oh, he's such a baby." I would personally feel not scared, but worried to do that in front of my significant other, because I think they would be like, when you get
exactly.
That's what I was gonna go with this. Like once you're married, you're with someone for so long, you can pretty much say, and respectfully,
yeah,
like
my wife has gotten to the point where she'll tell me if she doesn't like something without hurting my feelings. She's nice about it.
All right.
Me, I'm not that guy.
No.
I'm
like your wife. I'm not. I can't be mean.
I gotta be more understanding and understanding to her needs. But
if you don't like something, how would you say it?
It's fucking disgusting. It's fucking.
How would she say it?
Well, it's not what I would choose. That's different, right? I'll be here. I'll show you.
Go ahead. This is no. Don't do exactly what you did, but.
Fucking see what I'm saying? That's fucking trash. Babe,
that's what
you should be like, but babe, I'm sorry. I'm like, oh.
Do you know one thing I've also caught too is that women say tipsy and men say buzzed. Like when you're like, how do you feel? I'm a little buzzed. Like, have you ever saying I'm a little tipsy?
I plead the fifth. No, I have. I mean, fuck, I'm feeling a little tips.
See, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
I'm not gonna say, hey, bro, I'm feeling buzzed. I'll say, hey, bro, are you catching a buzz?
That was something
catching
like
buzz?
I usually say I'm buzzing. I'm buzzed a little bit.
You
I'm
can,
buzzed.
yeah, you can use that.
I
but-
usually say I'm buzzing. I'm
but
buzzing
yeah,
a little bit.
But if like I'm right there, if back in the day before I was married, if I was
tipsy.
if I was hitting on a female and I'm like, I'm feeling tipsy. How about you? You know what I'm saying?
Go home, buddy.
You're done. Go home, buddy.
Next.
Where did Panda come from?
So
I mean, you're a Panda, but how did
it's crazy how it came about, and not everyone's gonna think like, oh, that's how it came about.
Mm.
I was a sophomore in high school. I was on the bus at Norco going to school.
when was this? Like
This was a
80?
no, 2006.
Okay.
2006. I went to Norco High School. I just transferred from West Covina, an all beaner school, right? In West Covina. And this is during the, you ever remember the walkouts, like the Brown Pride, all that stuff? And
oh, you were in there.
I was in there. I was.
You were in high school for those moments.
Yeah, and so I remember I wore.
Yeah, I was Cohen Bucks, buddy.
Then I get transferred to Norco, which is like an all white school. And mind you, Norco stands for North Corona, but the white people in that
I didn't
school,
know what it stood for.
The white people that went to that school basically acronymed it and said it stands for no other race, Caucasians only. It was a very racist school. And so I go to this school. I go to the school, and my dumbass, because back in the day, I used to think wearing colored shirts matched the vibe with Timberland and all this stuff. And so I wore a brown shirt on the day everybody decided to walk out. And the security guard thought I was trying to like walk out with him. I was like, dude, I'm going to the vending machine. And this is back in the day when they had good snacks, not all that fucking baked shit. This is when they still had Funyuns and high fructose corn syrup and the good shit,
Oh
right?
my god.
And so I remember I was there going to that school, and yeah, dude, my cousin, she was like, we got into an argument on the bus, and I called her a bitch, I think. And I love my cousin Jerry, but she's like, fuck you fat panda, you fucking Asian looking bitch. And I was like, ever since then, the name started. Like, you do look like a panda. Oh, fuck. And I was like,
No way. So you're telling
that-
me sort of the name came around because you got roasted by your cousin?
my cousin. And so it became like people were clowning on me. And then basically what I did
It went
was
from
like,
an insult to
more of like I wore it as armor, right? And so
I
all
like that.
of Norco just knew me as Panda. They're like, hey, that's Panda, that's Panda. Oh, you fat Panda. Like, it was trying to be a bullying thing, but
you're like, I moved past that, buddy.
Yeah,
You're not gonna.
I'm too optimistic. I'm
yeah,
like,
maybe
oh,
before
okay.
I probably would have shocked you, but now,
Yeah.
like,
And back then, no,
now you know who I am.
Back then, I was just like a chubby kid with like a Diet Coke or a Coke in my pocket. I wasn't really anybody.
Coke in the pocket's crazy.
Yeah, Coke in the pocket, one in the hand. You know what I'm saying? One for now, one for later. That you know what I'm saying? Like, that was good stuff. And then I transferred schools because the new high school had opened up.
What grade were you?
I went
Sophomore?
I was a sophomore, then went into junior year, and we had just moved again. You know, we move in like fucking, like I change underwear. But fucking, so we went to a new high school, and so it was called Eleanor Roosevelt High School. And when I got there, yeah, people just knew me in summer school as Panda, so the name transferred, and no one actually really knew my first name. And so even when I went to tournaments wrestling in high school, my name on the brackets was Panda Cruz. It wasn't even Andrew.
Wow, that's crazy.
When I graduated high school,
Don't say your diploma. Don't worry
no,
about
it's not on the diploma. They just knew me as Panda, so they said Andrew Panda Cruz, and I went to grab because they thought my nickname was like it meant
that's
something.
so cool.
So from there, I thought the name was gonna fucking die, right? And then
Like after you graduated,
yeah,
you're like,
that
it was a.
no, and it transferred to college, and no one knows my.
What college did you go to?
I went to two. At first, I started at RCC Norco campus, Riverside Community College, and then
Were we just doing general ed?
yeah, just general eds, and I was just
Okay.
like, you know what, this is just boring. I didn't want to go to college, and then I took a break, and I said, you know what, I want to go back to college, but I wanted to go and wrestle. So I went to go wrestle for Mount Sac, and it was Coach Rivera basically called me and said, I want you to come be my heavyweight, and I was like, okay, and for the longest, I kind of put it on pause, and I just
When they say heavyweight, like what is that weight? Like
that's anywhere from 220 and up.
okay,
And I was always like 220 or 210 at the time, but I was wrestling 285-pound dudes.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's like allowed within like the
That's
fighting.
the
criteria?
only weight class that has a dramatic
weight difference, and you can
Right.
still compete.
Yes. And
Anything else like middleweight?
anything above 285 in wrestling, you cannot compete because you're too fat.
Your big body.
That's why you have to be within that weight gap. It's 220 to 285.
Okay.
But I was always the lighter of the heavies, and I could have dropped to the next weight class, but we didn't have a roster set for that. Like, we had guys already filling the gap, and guys didn't want to go to heavyweight because it's a bitch to handle. You got to understand, I'm 5'9", 220, sometimes 215 or 210 when I'm cutting. definitely in wrestling season.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of the guys are 6'4", 285, fucking.
Yeah, I've seen some of the dudes that you be standing up to, and
yeah, they called me the giant. They called me the Giant Slayer. Because
that's actually kind of cool.
It was cool, but it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun.
The name of it is dope, but
cool.
the slaying the giants was not the fun part.
Shit sucked,
that's so
dude.
funny.
And so it just never ended into. It went into.
But when you started wrestling and started doing well,
the name,
that name was definitely not going
name,
away.
No, it wasn't.
It just amplified probably.
Right. And then that's all anybody knows me as. And so it's cool. Like, I don't really want people to know my first name. My first name's kind of basic. Andrew. Right?
I have to put it for the podcast.
Right.
I'll put Panda in there. I
mean,
Andrew
Panda. If you want to look at it from a spiritual standpoint, my full name is Andrew Christopher Cruz. Right? So Andrew is one of the disciples of Jesus. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Christopher is the German word for follower of Christ.
Columbus.
And then Cruz is basically a Spanish word for cross. So I guess biblically it sounds cool.
What does Panda mean?
A fat bear. A lazy ass bear. That's where the name came about. Mm-hmm. And it's just never left. Even my kids call me Panda.
I was just gonna say that. Does your family call you Panda?
Yeah.
Wife call you Panda?
Where it counts, right? I'm just kidding. No, my wife will just say babe.
Okay.
Babe or honey or my love, stuff like that.
She's mad. Panda Cruz.
No, when she's mad, she'll be like,
Andrew Panda Christopher Cruz.
Like, she'll say my whole fucking name. I'm like, damn, girl, you had that much breath?
Andrew Jose Flores de Guadalupe. Cruz. Yeah, I met Pelayo.
Yeah.
And I met someone else who finessed the National Guard, who came and went. And he said, "Oh, Panda? Yeah, I know him." Yeah. I said, "Boy, get a uniform, bro. What you talking about Panda
Stay
for?"
in fucking ranks.
I know you know Panda. Where's your fucking boots?
If you get a haircut, at least line that bitch
yeah,
up.
I know. But when he brought that up, I was like, "Holy fuck, this dude is he's what I want to be back home." Like for like doozy, which I think I'm slowly kind of getting myself in there. But like from that perspective, that's so dope.
It's traveled. There's definitely a history where it was and where it became, and I mean what it became. It's funny. I still stick with it. Like even all my boys. Hey Panda, where you at, Panda? It's just a nickname.
I feel more inclined to call you Panda than Cruz or Andrew.
Right. Well, now
Andrew's kind of like out of the picture, but Panda seems like it kind of like rolls off the tongue.
It's just one of those things like when people are like, "Oh, I want to name myself this. I want this to be my nickname." No, nicknames are formed, are built.
Yeah, like mine. Kiki.
Kiki.
Jinx, you owe me a blowjob.
There's people who want some stupid ass nicknames. I'm like, bro, no, you ain't that guy.
You know Pelayo's nickname?
No.
You don't know his nickname?
No.
Cheeks.
Why?
You don't know that?
No, I didn't know.
Oh, I don't want to be the one to explain. I mean, I know the meaning, but it's not like from my meaning. It's because
you smack cheeks or what?
Well, he has a kid. He has a kid. So I mean,
I got 3.
So I guess your cheeks too. No. It just people just said he always had a big butt, and
probably ratio size, right? 'Cause he has a small waist.
So they just call him cheeks.
He's probably got a nice ass crack walnuts or something. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He probably does. He's probably got a dumper. You know what I mean? Fucking an ass cannon, backblast area clear.
A thumper. The thumper from Call of Duty. Yeah, he goes by Cheeks. Even when he fights, when they announce him in the beginning, they go like, Jacob Cheeks Pelayo.
That's probably.
I was like, oh, Cheeks.
I wish I went.
Let's go back to that topic, Pelayo, because he's not gonna drop it.
I'm not. Every time.
He's never like physically. I'm gonna keep it a buck too. He's never like physically texted me and said, get this ticket. He's always, put on his Instagram, and I just kind of.
One fight I do want to go to is if he does fight my friend Sauce, because my friend.
That's also a name I've heard too.
So my friend Sauce wrestled with me at Mount Sac, and he is fucking good. He is a really good wrestler.
Is he like the same weight class?
No, he's like Pelayo's weight.
Oh no, that's what I was gonna say. As Pelayo, is that why you want them to fight?
Yeah, well, because I know them both. One's for my unit, one's for my old team.
This Sauce, he also competes too.
Yeah, he's on my jiu-jitsu team right now. And
he's competed.
Yes.
What's his record?
Is
he like Pelayo? Is he undefeated or what?
In MMA, I do not know.
Oh, okay.
In wrestling, pretty high. In jiu-jitsu, pretty high.
Oh crap! 3 different. styles of fighting.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, and he's active, just like Pelayo. That's why it'd be a good fight because they're both animals, and so they're both my boys, and they're both like hungry for it. So it's like, who the fuck's gonna win? Then that makes a great fight. You see what I'm saying?
How does that like? I mean, something I have to talk to Pelayo about. I was gonna say, like, how does that come about? Like, I have a really good friend who's into fighting. He has a record, but I also have another friend that's in that. How do we make it legally? Paperwork. Let's bring this together. You know what I mean? Like, that's like that's like if Canelo's fighting. You know what I mean? Like, they get people from other. You know,
it's hard.
But like
I have to be Switzerland and be like, all right, I just want the best man to win. Who has the heart today? Right, and it comes down to heart at the end. It doesn't come down. I mean, evidently, it does also come down to skill. Who has the better skill? But if skill overwhelms the body, then how much heart are you willing to put in to overwhelm the skill? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you can get gas with skill, but if you have heart, you'll prevail over skill.
True.
And conditioning. If you're not conditioned, you're gonna fucking die. You're gonna get tired.
That's why they have camp before they
exactly
go beat each other up.
But it's
before we move on to the next topic, if that were to go down May 31st, 2025, Pelayo Sauce, who's winning?
Fuck, I don't know, dude. That's a hard one.
Sauce, just because Pelayo never invites me to his
Yeah, fuck yeah. It's gonna go Sauce because I never get invited, so I really don't know what Pelayo's skills are. It could be all talk until I actually see his fight. You know what I mean?
Have you seen Pelayo fight? Have you seen some of them on YouTube? I'll send you the links to him.
I'll look at him. It's probably all clout though until he tells me fucking invite me. You know what I'm saying?
I'll look when he wants me to.
I will give him a total score, a 10 or an 8, whatever he needs. Once
he physically texts me and says, "Hey, buddy,
yeah, buy my ticket."
What are the coolest places that you traveled to? Military or non-military? Like, what is some cool?
That's a tough one, dude. Because
You've been international, obviously.
Yeah.
Like on your off time?
Off time too.
Oh yeah. This is a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been to Japan.
You gotta give me one though. Like you have to give me your best. Oh, first, where have you been?
I've been to El Salvador, Honduras. I've been to Mexico. I think everybody's been to Mexico. If you live in Cali, you've been to Mexico. If you live in Texas, you've been to Mexico. I've been to Germany. I've been to Japan, Egypt, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia. I've been to, I think, Nicaragua, and
you think?
I think because we had a layover there, so
okay.
I landed boots on ground.
Yeah, but
been there.
It counts.
That's where I've been. What's on the list of where I want to go?
Oh yeah, give me top 3 where you want to go right now.
Number 1 is New Zealand.
Why? Why specifically?
Well, I'm a big fan of Lord of the Rings, and that's where the Lord of the Rings was created.
Oh, it's
created in New Zealand, and they have the whole Hobbiton world there.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, and they have this thing called the Watomo Caves, where when you walk in, it looks like you're staring into the stars, but they're all glowworms. And then there's like other places in New Zealand that are just breathtaking. And so because of that, it's freaking amazing.
Okay, so New Zealand number 1. Yeah. What's number 2?
Number 2 would be probably Spain.
I like that. I like
Spain.
that one.
I just want to get in touch with my heritage. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see. Excuse me, guys. Copper.
New Zealand, Spain,
and then 3rd would probably be top 3.
Canada.
Fuck no.
Kidding.
I mean, Canada is cool. It's beautiful, but it ain't in my top 3. Probably the south of France.
Where in France?
South of France.
Oh, south of France?
Yeah.
Why specifically south of?
Provence. Right? That's what they say. Provence.
Paris.
Right?
The Louvre Français, Paris.
But Providence or Provence, right?
Yeah.
It's beautiful. The south of France is just different. But definitely.
Wait, you play games?
I do. Like
Assassin's Creed? Have you played that?
Oh, I love it.
Okay.
I have like almost every Assassin's Creed game.
I'm surprised you don't want to go to like Italy or Rome or something.
So
like
Italy's in there. I want to compete in Italy, like for jiu-jitsu. For jiu-jitsu, IBJJF.
They do stuff out there like.
My buddy went to the Nogi Europeans. So in jiu-jitsu, there's like, especially in the IBJJF. IBJJF is like big time.
What's that stand for?
International Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Federation.
Okay.
It's like the pro circuit of jiu-jitsu. The big 4 tournaments or 5 is the Brasileiros, which is their national tournament in Brazil. There is the European.
Okay.
There's the European, which is the best in Europe. Then there's the Pan Americans, which is anywhere in North America.
Sounds like Panda.
Pan Americans. Yeah. And then there's American Nationals, which I won. So I have that.
Where'd you have to go for that?
Vegas. It's big. There was like, I don't know, like some of the best guys in my weight class, and it was tough. The biggest guy I had to compete against in that shit was
you won first place?
I took first and I took second in the open class.
Wow.
Right.
For the first place match for the last fight, what was like his size? No Diddy. Like what
first place. Okay, the guy I had in the finals was 6'9". I'm 5'9".
Jesus.
The guy I had in the finals.
You're fighting LeBron.
He was 6'9", 310 pounds with a six pack. The dude looked like a Viking. I have the pictures. I can show you. Later.
Jesus fuck! And you beat him up
twice.
Skill
outweighs
and heart. Because obviously you have someone that's basically 2 times bigger than you.
Dude,
and you
on
still
the podium, he's my height when I'm on first.
Oh, when you're on first and he's on second, you guys are still leveled
out. He was
out.
actually on third because I beat him going into
and
it.
Y'all were still.
He was my height.
What?
So those are the 5 biggest tournaments in IBJJF.
Clash of the Titans.
And basically, my buddy Devontae Beal, really good blue belt, really fucking good.
Nice.
He actually played for the NFL. He played for the Giants.
What the fuck?
Yeah, the dude looks like carved up marble. He looks like straight up. He's fit. And he's one of my great friends and training partners. Whenever I go to Santa Ana, I train with him.
Yeah, whenever I go. Yeah.
But no, we have a good time. But he had the opportunity. He likes to travel and do these big tournaments.
Yeah.
So he had the opportunity to go to Europe and wrestle or do jiu-jitsu in Rome near the Colosseum.
What the some gladiator shit?
Yeah. So
some Joaquin Phoenix and fucking.
I was jealous because I could have saved the money to go with him, but I ended up paying for a ticket to go to Japan.
Still a good trip.
Right, it is still a good trip, but because I was trying to get ready to win Worlds, I was ranked 5th coming back from deployment. I was ranked 5th in the world, and I came back and I wasn't ready for Worlds. I wasn't ready. I just came back from a trip, getting all drunk and having so much fun, and I just got lazy, and then at the same time I had like a stomach bug, so I didn't end up doing so well, but definitely. Competing in those big places like Rome, I would love to compete in Rome. I would love to compete in Asia, like in Japan.
Ooh, that'd be so crazy, dude.
But you have those options. You have those opportunities. You just gotta either get sponsored to go to the tournament or pay it outright.
What's the farthest location you've traveled for competing, like for wrestling, jiu-jitsu, or?
Oh, Vegas. I don't.
Okay. You haven't been like.
I keep it semi-local. Just because.
Have you been offered to like be fighting in freaking Australia or
no, but they do have the Australia. Here's the thing, like when you go to those places, you have to set yourself as a high standard and look good. And right now on paper, it looks nice. Like I'm winning all this stuff, but I'm still not even the greatest. You see what I'm saying? Like
yeah, you got LeBron out there still.
No, you still get, even Beal. Beal's gotten sponsors and all these things, and it's good, but he's not even up there, and he's good. Some of my boys that I know that I'm with, like my boy Elder Cruz, he wrestled me on the same team. That dude, if you look him up, Elder Cruz is an ADCC vet. And if you guys don't know what ADCC is the Abu Dhabi Combat Club, which happens to be one of the hardest affiliations to compete in.
Sounds fucking nuts.
Well, he's a 2-time black belt world champion. And this is my boy that I train with.
Can you beat him up?
Look, can I beat him up outright? I'll last a good 5 minutes. And in that 5th minute, he turns up the heat and he doesn't get tired.
On purpose?
On purpose. Like, I'll last against him. I'll give him the fight of his fucking life for the first 5 minutes, and he knows it. Elder, you call me on my bullshit, tell me I'm wrong. But after those 5 minutes, unfortunately, my boy turns it up, and he's that fucking good.
He's ready to go, and you're...
I'm already in slump. I'm counting sheep. So, no, he's good. And then we have my boy Dory, and my boy Dorian is another, like, 5-time world champion. He's good. The guys that I surround myself with are world champions because I know if they beat my ass, it's gonna get me better onto.
Oh yeah, you definitely want to surround yourself with people who.
And there's like a no tolerance bullshit. Like they put the pressure on you.
Yeah, I would hope so. Like you're trying to be the best that you can be, and you would hope that someone that's, by paper better than you.
Right, and then going back to the original question, so like those countries I would definitely travel to go and compete.
What's the worst place? Not for competing wise, but like traveling wise. What's the worst place you've been to? And you're like, yeah, I don't think I'd ever come back in, but I've been there.
Oh, that's fucking Kuwait.
Oh,
Kuwait, like
besides military, have you been anywhere? Or that's good though if you put yourself in situations where you like where you go.
I love culture. I really do. So, so even if I had a shitty experience, I'd definitely still go back because of the experience. But if I had to choose one place never to go to again,
yeah, it doesn't even have to be like it was just fucking shitty. It can just be like, I'm good. Like I really am okay not going back to this place. But like it can be in that aspect too. Not
banning. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Drill, Fullerton,
Yeah.
National Guard, right across the street from 7-Eleven, specifically that place.
Where the bum's pissing on the ground.
Corrections. Don't want to go back to that.
I'd rather go back to corrections.
Really?
Yeah.
Then what are you
going back to drill?
What about what you do now? Like
what I do now is I'm trying to become an electrician.
Would you quit that and go be corrections?
Never.
Okay. So we know where you stand with the military right now. Right. That was easy.
But I went to Rosarito for my friend's wedding. Rosarito was cool, and then it got ghetto in certain areas.
That's Rosarito.
Yeah.
You went for just a wedding? You didn't go for like
we went to the nightlife too.
Like papas and beer and like.
We went to the nightlife, and they tried to drag me into the clubs. I was like, nah, dude, I'm good. And it's just. I'll tell you this. My mom wanted me to drop her off at the airport, and it was at night. And we went to, and I was on orders. You can't do that. You can't go into a different country. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. It's already past tense. You can't get me. Too late.
Hey, what are they gonna do now, huh?
So going there, dude, I got trapped in the underground like bum world over there.
What do you? You just walked into the wrong alley or something?
I drove in the wrong alley, and then there's no street.
No. I've been to Rosarito a couple times.
I got lost.
It's sketchy, respectfully.
You know what it felt like?
Cloverfield.
No, because this was just during COVID. So
and you went during COVID?
Yeah. So I dropped her off at the airport out there. We had tacos.
That's like a deployment.
Yeah.
You need a deployment pass just for.
And so because of that, when I came back, it felt like I Am Legend when they get stuck in the traffic and trying to get out, and like you just didn't know where the fuck to go. Yeah. And I was getting mad because I could see the border. I could see home.
You can see
but the main entrance was closed down, and I'm like, fuck. You know what I had to do? I had to get this.
Ditch the car?
No, I had to ask a Mexican police officer, hey, can you help me get
Which
here?
is also sketchy too.
Right. And so I told him in Spanish, I told him, hey, bro.
Help.
You better, can you help me? But hey, bro, if you fucking try to do some, narco shit or whatever, I'm packing, dude. I'm not fucking around.
Yeah.
Right?
It's someo's not going to have a
help.
good night.
I'll cut you like a 20,
That's it.
You just help me out.
And he did, huh?
And he did. I got home, bro. And I was like, fuck. And this was right before drill. The day before drill.
What time was drill? 6?
At 4. We had to be there.
What time did you get home?
02.
So as soon as you got home,
I put my uniform on and I went there and I was just cracked out of my eyes. I was just like, what's up? No, I just got some good sleep.
What?
I think I ran into you that day. I think I saw you there.
It sounds like a conversation that we had. You didn't believe what the fuck I just went through a couple hours ago.
Yeah, no.
I can't tell you how many times that I've done shit, especially in active duty, and drove back to post because I used to live in. I was in Texas first. There's a lot more shit to do out there.
Where were you at in Texas?
Hood.
I was at Bliss.
Yeah, the taco or the Dorito chip looking. Bliss is the Dorito chip, right?
Yeah.
Old Ironsides?
Oh, yeah.
I just call it Dorito chip.
Yeah, Dorito chip.
Where the guitar pick. It's like the giant horse.
So wackest.
Yeah, but when I used to go to a lot of events when I was in Irwin, just because I'm from California. That's one of the biggest reasons why I came back. I was in Texas for 3 years. Wanted to do airborne. My squad leader was a jump master, 82nd. I was like, I want to be like this dude. He was young too, 23.
Was he a jerk or was he cool?
He was cool. He was cool as fuck. He was super young. If I was 18, 19.
It's hit or miss with those guys.
He was 22, 23, CIB, EIB, airborne, jump master, pathfinder, just basically set for life at a young age. And I was just pretty motivated. And then wanted to jump out of airplanes. And then I was also in a relationship at the time. And long distance relationships, whether you're married and you go overseas, you come back, it sucks. Relationships through a phone sucks. Whether you're gone for 3 months, 4 months, 2 weeks, or 9 months in Kuwait, So
good thing for FaceTime.
Yeah, shout out FaceTime. That was basically what summed up my entire Korea rotation deployment was FaceTime and fucking.
Oh, but you went to Korea. You got stationed in Korea?
I wasn't stationed. It was like a deployment.
Oh, dude,
This was supposedly like the first Cavs' first deployment. This is when Kim Jong Un was gonna press like the button. I was on the board. I was literally at the DMZ.
Oh,
like,
that's.
I was literally
wild.
at the DMZ like
You should
2017.
have put your foot on that line. Just...
I know, the boots on ground, buddy. North Korea.
Yeah, I was there.
I was there in
there.
2017
In the jungles.
September.
But out the gate.
Yeah, but out the gate. But I decided to come back just because I could see my significant other and be home with mom and dad. I had siblings that I wasn't really close with, so I came back to Cali. And I used to go so many events like Coachella, Camp Flogna. I go to these events. And I can't tell you how many times I've drove on the post at like 02, 03, and I had PT like 5:30 or 6.
Oh, that sucks.
In Irwin, you've been to Irwin, right? It's in the middle of fucking nowhere.
The fucking desert.
Like just to eat like a cheeseburger that's not from Irwin, you have to drive like 45 minutes to Barstow to eat like McDonald's.
Oh, but their Walmart is the biggest Walmart I've ever seen in Barstow.
In Barstow, yeah, it's one of the biggest Walmarts.
I don't even think you can see it in one day. That's how big that bitch
It's
is.
fucking huge.
Yeah.
It's fucking huge. Yeah, I love the
Like everyone in Barstow just works there.
yeah, no, if you
That's all you got.
Barstow is so.
I have a family farm in New Bearing Springs. It's like about 5 acres out there.
What the heck? What do you guys grow?
Dirt. Anyway, no. My grandfather, when he was alive, and fun fact, I didn't even know my grandfather was in the military. So my grandfather was a communist refugee from Cuba, and he came over, and instead of going to instead of going to Vietnam, he actually was in the Bay of Pigs.
What the fuck? Mm-hmm. Oh shit!
Yeah, and so he escaped Vietnam because he was right there, and so
he went AWOL.
No.
Oh.
He was there, ready on standby and stuff like that. But apparently, he was part of First Cav. I didn't know that. And I'm looking at all his awards. I'm like, Dad, when are we gonna
First
show
Cav?
Me? Yeah, I was like, when are we gonna show me this? And he goes, Oh yeah, this is your grandpa's award.
Never.
Yeah, and I was like, what the heck? My grandfather was kind of a badass. Like I didn't even know. I thought he was just a Cuban refugee that wanted to use freedom, right? No, my grandfather actually came over and did his time for his country that saved his life from communism.
That's actually kind of dope. And he was in First Cav.
He was in First Cav. I have all his awards over
man.
there. And then so he wanted a life of peace. So he moved out of LA, and he
that's a start.
Yeah, he moved out of LA, and because he used to be a mechanic. Go figure, stereotypical fucking Cuban. Anyway, so he ended up moving to Barstow of all places in the desert, right? And he bought 5 acres for really cheap, and then he made a huge farm out of it, and it was beautiful at the time when I grew up. But then my grandfather died, and
no one kept up to like maintain.
So we have the property now, but we have that out there. And every time I go there, it's just nostalgic remembering what my grandfather did when he was out there. But that was his sanctuary. That was his solitude.
Do you ever plan on like going back?
No, I plan on selling that shit.
Oh, like you're not occupying it now. You might as well just give it to someone that
Here's
can.
the thing. I'll wait until they start building stuff out there because obviously it's going to grow because housing in Cali is so expensive.
Yes.
So the moment that place gets on market, like when they're like, oh, okay, do you want to sell this? Well, this is my offer. 5 acres? Oh, we're going to get a good piece of money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just leave it. And it falls down to me once my dad passes. So taxes a year is like $100. It's like nothing,
dude.
There's
just the topic of living situations in California is just like
it's sad. It's sad.
Yeah, we're gonna let everyone get an extra drink, go grab some snacks real quick. We're gonna take a quick break because I have to take a shit. Yeah,
Doozy's gotta drop a doozy.
Doozy's gotta drop a doozy.
When I was overseas, what did I do every day? I got up. Yeah, you got to do morning PT. I actually got to feel what it was to be active for a bit. Oh, mind you, I'm not active. I've been 7 years National Guard, right? Part-time. So I give credit to where our active guys make this a lifestyle. Like, it's insane. Because 10th Mountain was there, 82nd was there, and those guys woke up like 3 in the morning to do PT, dude. Those polar bears. I'm like, what the heck? 3 in the morning, and those dudes are running. And then after they're done running, they get chow. After chow, they go back to the gym.
They go to the gym, yeah.
Yeah,
that was like a kind of like a schedule for me when I was in First Cav. Even though I was in a Cav unit, I'm not light infantry. I'm not jumping out of airplanes. Working out early and then going to the gym midday.
But that's their lifestyle, and I get it.
Active duty.
Right, that's active duty. So I got to see what that was, and mind you, I didn't go to the gym like that because I didn't like to do ego lifts. Everyone over there they're always trying to do ego lifts, and I'm just like, nah, I'm good. I just did jiu-jitsu out there, right? I focused on the craft, and
keep the main thing.
Right, and so when I was out there, I focused on myself. I said, how do I get better? How can I get promoted to sergeant? I had a really toxic chain of command. My LT hated me, right? It's cool. I could deal with that negativity.
Yep.
I'm always optimistic. So what did I do? I went to the computer lab. I did 70 correspondence classes, right?
How many hours?
At least over 300, right? Over 300 hours. That's 70 classes.
It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah,
Back
in a couple months. It's a lot.
Well, that's a lot of classes, but I've
Then
that's like common. That's like a common thing in the active duty.
Then, well, yeah, this I've never.
Oh, yeah.
I've never done this. And then
I know people with thousands of correspondent hours, like thousands.
So
Yeah.
So never mind. Shut the fuck up real quick. I felt so achievable. I felt like I was dope. I was on
For a guardsman,
Yeah.
you stand out for sure. But
Right.
active duty dogs.
Then I ended up trying to go to combatives level 1, and I did. And I went. The 82nd was doing the class, and you know how the 82nd is. They're crazy. But
Especially as a guardsman coming into that too.
You know, my LT, like I asked him, I was like, "Hey, is everybody getting end of 2 awards? Because I've never had an award. The only awards,
Yeah, like can I get part of that, please?
yeah, like
I'm
the
here.
only ribbon that I've gotten was basic training and the national defense. Now they don't give the national defense, but
National Defense Service Medal.
yeah, national defense. So I was just like, damn, I don't got shit. I've been in 7 years and I got 2 ribbons. This is sad. So I said, how do I make me look good? How do I, in a sense, ribbon hunt? And people like they frowned upon that.
I've been there. I ribbon hunted for sure.
But you know what I'm saying? Like this is a story you tell your kids. Your ribbon stack shows what you've done in the military.
True. That's when I got out of active, knowing how National Guard Reserves kind of is.
Right.
I ensured before I left active duty, before I left Irwin, that my COAs, my BOC, or my leadership, my oversee,
never got one.
everything was on paper. So I think I have 9, almost 10 ribbons just from active. But
ribbons. I thought you were gonna say COAs. I was like, damn, that sucks.
No. I have like 10 ribbons from overseas, Korea, BLC, good conduct. Like I have my, but I ensured that I got it before I went to the guard, just because of I knew how unorganized things can get.
Yeah. So
you having 2 is
2 was just sad. And so I said, what can I do? I volunteered to go to 10th Mountain. I mean, to 18 Cav to go to Kuwait because my unit forgot about me. Legit, you guys think it's like
this is true.
This is like no one even thought to call me, and my unit got activated. Flores and Oshner can vouch for that. So I was like, dude, okay, they left. They're going for 6 months. I was like, okay, I can do 6 months.
I can leave too.
I was like, I can do 6 months. So I went 18 Cav, and they said, oh no, you're going for a year.
No.
I said, okay, well, it's too late to go back now. So as I was out there,
I didn't know you were there for a year.
Yeah, it was near a year, but still, it was still fuck. It was like I think it was 7 days from a year.
Jesus fuck.
So, so I go, and what did I do? I made myself better. I ended up getting a 555 PT score, being 260 something. Right, that's a big from like constantly not having a passing PT record, which I've had them, but the guard is phenomenal.
If you did an APFT, what do you think you'd get?
280, 275, 280.
Even though
my PT score almost got me into pre-ranger because of
oh really?
I had 275. They wanted me to be a 280. I said,
it's so weird. That's how I'm so used to APFT. So when people, I know ACFT has now been going on for a couple years now. That's mind you, I don't like it whatsoever.
Mind you, I would not go Rangers, even though I was like right there. I was motivated at first. I was like, yeah, Ranger, right? No. Like, I know what they do. I know what they go through. I have a boy named Troy Perez. He was a New York Soldier of the Year 2 years in a row.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no, this guy's fucking phenomenal. And I can go on that guy. You think I'm cool? But
you go where?
No, I can go about that guy.
Not my fault.
That guy, he's a National Guardsman that could have been active and still impressed the active guys. I don't want to get away from the awards because we'll get off a tangent.
Yeah.
That guy's impressive himself.
So basically, you've been fucked.
I've been screwed. I've been screwed over. Yeah. So what did I do on deployment? I did those 70 correspondence classes. I got a 39 out of a 40 shot. The only target I missed was the closest target.
As you should. That's the standard.
Yeah. I hit the berm. It got stuck.
When people get like expert and stuff, I never even congratulate them.
Yeah.
They're supposed to get stuck.
They're supposed to. So I wanted to get a 40-40 expert, and I was pissed when I didn't. But it's fine. I got my 39 out of 40. Right? Whatever. 555 PT score. Okay, cool. You need a 540 to waive that height and weight.
I didn't waive it.
Yeah. I didn't know that you needed to get an 80 in each event with 540. So then they fucked me on height and weight because they had a barbecue. They had a barbecue the day before height and weight.
That is also true.
Right. And so I was so mad because I ate at the barbecue thinking I passed and I didn't make height and weight. So they flagged me. But I was like, wow, what unit does that? Well, unit has a barbecue
If-
the day before.
If
height weight.
y'all understood the pressure of height and weight for big bodies like us,
and mind
it
you,
is not like when they say you have height and weight next Monday. I'm keeping it a buck. That Monday or that weekend, I'm probably not gonna fucking eat just
No, you're
because
not.
I could still run a 12, 22 mile. I can do 55 push-ups and 65 sit-ups or whatever. But just because of this high weight regulation, I'm a shitbag.
You're
Like
a piece of
I'm
shit.
a
You're
piece
a
of
fat
shit.
fuck.
I'm a fat fuck piece of shit. I can't do anything.
And based off the Army regulation, it's so dumb because if I fit in my uniform and I still look good in my uniform, I'm not a fat fuck. Unfortunately, because I'm so big and because I'm heavy, because of muscle mass, Army sees me as fat. And I'm just like, dude, I'm in better shape than half our soldiers. Like I scored higher than half our soldiers. Right? It's cool. So how else did I make myself better? Well, I got an AAM for being honor grad for MACP level 1.
Good shit.
Right? And I was out of the 82nd, so that's cool. That's an impact award. It wasn't even my end of tour award.
Yeah, that's
Then I ended up getting injured, and I led a team. Like, so I got injured, was in a cast overseas, or a brace because my ankle. I twisted my ankle going down an LMTV with all my gear, and mind you, I was 275, and with all my gear, I'm like 310, 320. So when you go down the ramp of a not an LMTV, I'm sorry, a Max
Brad?
Pro,
Oh.
Max Pro. When you go down the ramp, the stairs are pretty steep, and when you're rushing through there, and I'm a 240 gunner.
It's a lot of momentum.
It's a lot of momentum.
If you go the wrong way.
My ankle got caught near the stairwell and it twisted and I fell down like Peter Griffin going down the stairs. You know what I mean? And I hit my neck. Like right now, you could see in my neck. There's a lump in there that's never gonna go away.
What happened? You hit the side of an MTV or what?
No, I hit the side of. I fell down on the ground.
Yeah, but what's your neck hit? Like
I landed on my neck.
Oh,
And
shit.
my forearm. Like if you look at my forearm, one arm is bigger than the other, or one longer. That's why like all this is fucked up. But regardless of the fact, basically, I got messed up and I still went to jiu-jitsu and coached people to get ready for the Kuwaiti games, right? And coach people for the combatives team out there. And it was cool. We didn't get to do the Kuwaiti games because their emir died, their king. And so there was like a 40 days and 40 nights mourn. So we were still doing good and it was fun. But I ended up training over 7 task force in jiu-jitsu. 7 task forces.
task forces.
There you go.
Yeah.
I ended up training 7 of them. 7 of them. I don't know how many soldiers are in a task force, but 10th Mountain went to recommend me for to 155 because we were under the 155. They recommended me to get an ARCOM for it, and I was like, "What the heck? That's kind of cool. That's an honor." And so
You didn't get the article.
I did.
Oh shit.
I got the ARCOM, and I didn't expect it. I didn't know. I think it got dropped down from an MSM. And I don't know what an MSM really is.
Materials like something service medal.
But apparently
it's like when a PSG leaves, like when a PSG PCS he gets that.
I was told like you can get one of those for training 3 different countries and tactics and stuff like that. But apparently it got dropped from a MSM, and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, okay, cool, that's cool.
It's good that they when they say that. That's what it was submitted as, was an MSM, and then
right. And
then somewhere down the line, whether it was the CO, the XO, the battalion commander, or the
I could be
battalion
wrong.
sergeant
Though.
major.
I could be wrong. This is
MSM will be crazy. Oh, if it's MSM, it's going up to post.
Yeah.
It's a post award. It's not battalion. It's not brigade. It's
right.
like.
But this is what I was told. You know, I believe half of what I hear and nothing of what I see. So this is what they told me. And so when they told me they were going to give me an ARCOM, I was like, oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, good one. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
What time is PT tomorrow?
Yeah. Like how many people get an ARCOM really? And then some of these assholes that do get ARCOMs, they get it for an end of tour award. And so
I don't like that. Wait, what do you mean? Like when they leave the service?
No, when they leave deployment.
Oh, the tour. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And so I ended up not getting any end of tour.
End of
awards.
tour ARCOMs are. That's bullshit.
Well, my LT didn't like me at all because he said, "Oh, you're ribbon hunting. I ain't gonna give you shit." I was like, "I'm not ribbon."
The fuck?
I was like, "I'm actually earning what I got."
Bad LT.
But anyway, this guy goes, "Well, you already got an ARCOM." I'm like, that's when he spilled the beans, and he got mad. I believe he got mad because he said,
an ARCOM?
"I got an ARCOM," and one of his boys didn't. And mind you, how the fuck am I supposed to know I'm getting an ARCOM? You know, how am I?
Unless you physically check your iPerms and see when they.
No, but he's like, "Oh, you hid that from me. How can I hide something I don't know I'm getting?"
True, and you're not supposed to know either.
Yeah, you're not supposed to know.
You're not supposed to know when you get a fucking ARCOM. You know what I mean?
And so I didn't even know. Like I was like, it was hearsay. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. I'm going back to doing what I do. And then I got it, and I was like, whoa. And mind you, these are all impact awards, so I actually had to earn them, right? And I stopped myself from getting 2 other AAMs as impact awards because of my jiu-jitsu. I could have done a tournament. I could have done all these other things, and I didn't. My leg was messed up. I wasn't that hungry to get everything. You know, you got to share a little bit of something.
Yeah.
Now, the fact that I didn't get an end of tour award, am I mad? No, because
what award would you get for an end of tour award?
Probably an AAM for achieving a deployment or whatever. And
I've never received an end of tour award.
No. So almost everybody got an AAM, but me, because my LT didn't put it in, and my LT's like, no, you're not getting one. I was like,
I don't really like the thought of awarding people for going overseas.
I mean, you're already getting awarded, right?
Yeah, in a sense, like
because technically, I got a GWAT and a GWAT, right? And those are awards. You already served. You know what I didn't get? Now that's the one I wanted, and it's so stupid and so cheesy.
Overseas.
I
already knew that.
It was overseas, but you went overseas. How do you not get it?
Just what is it? What is the regulation? You have to.
I was short 7 days. That's the dumbest shit. And it's crazy because if you had volunteered for Advon, you would have gotten it. And I should have.
Oh, it's one of those, huh?
And so it's cool. I got the activation reserve, and then I even got the voluntary service ribbon because I did 250 plus hours at the USO.
Yeah, that's you actually can get a lot more awards in the Guard than actual like.
Well, yeah, they owe me 7.
Yeah, if I had all those Guard awards plus my active duty, I would look like I'm a fucking.
You look like Colonel Mustard.
I would have at least like a 6 stack. You know what I mean? Like I have a 3 stack now.
Yeah, one deployment though, I earned 7 ribbons. That's
kind of.
It's like I heard it's hard, but I was like, dude, that's cool. I was just hungry.
That's actually kind of good.
I was just
Korea. I think I only got 4 ribbons off of Korea. So that's pretty good. 7 ribbons is pretty good.
Yeah, so I got it, and I was like, okay,
for a guardsman.
That's
pretty good. It's pretty good.
But then not only that, I was doing all these other things to make my packet outweigh anybody else's. And guess what? They got me on height and weight.
So now you're a piece of shit.
I'm a fucking idiot.
You can't. You can't do
shit.
anything.
No, you can't get promoted.
You can't get promoted. You're unable to lead a team
because I was following regulation like a mother and playing games against my LT because he thought he can get me in trouble. He thought he could do this. He thought he could do that. I was like, nah, bro. Like
that is so unfortunate.
And so
that is also another reason why I didn't go into the National Guard as like I'm gonna get promoted in there because I know the second I would have stepped in like, I have my P status. I'm promotable. I don't think I would have ever get sent to BLC or if I did, it'd probably be like this year. Oh wait, you get out. You have to re-enlist. You're telling me this last year you couldn't send me once,
right.
but
that's how a lot of people got fucked out of promotion.
The second I passed the board in active duty, within 2 months I was already in the leadership school. You know what I mean? Like,
so it's a wishy-washy situation.
I don't like that.
But nonetheless,
so you can't, in the sense, you can't get promoted because of this.
Well, one of the sergeants said all you got to do is put in a packet because I'm still good now. Now that I did my height and weight and I dropped weight, I mean now I'm looking sassy with 2 S's, right? Before I was a fat lop. I have a picture of me no name drop. I have a picture of me and another dude when I was actually depressed living in Vegas. I was like when I was a CO. Mind you, it was a tough time for me. I was 290 pounds, 298 actually, almost 99, almost 300. And I was out of shape, didn't give a shit. And I literally looked like a lop ass in my uniform. That's what you would call out of regs. And then I worked really hard to get back to where I was at. Now I feel better. But
yeah, I can't. I'm so glad you brought that up. I can't emphasize enough how like working out affects every other aspect of your fucking life. And I've done the whole gain a lot of weight and then lose a lot of weight and then gain a lot of weight, and I've done this fucking thing like 3 times. I'm doing it right now as we speak because I wasn't like the biggest dude, but I was, I'm still a big dude. But when I was in, I just felt like I wasn't happy. I feel like I felt like when I got out of active, nothing in National Guard was fulfilling that active duty like lifestyle.
You can't.
And it literally just like ate me the fuck up.
It doesn't.
Like
you miss it and you want that life. You see it in movies. You see it in books. You see it in shows.
And then I lived it for 5.5 years. And then when I just go home.
Forgive me.
No, you're good.
Copper, stop. Yeah, I'm about to meet me outside with a water source.
Yeah, but nothing was just clicking for me anymore for the military, and it wasn't like I hated it or anything like that. I showed up every single drill. I still tried to be the best leader I could be. You know what I mean? Like I didn't, just because I didn't want to enlist or re-enlist, and just because I wanted to get out. No one, every time I went to drill, no one like was like, oh, Rivera, he just doesn't care anymore. He's getting out. Like that was not ever. They knew I was getting out. Oh yeah, Sarver's getting out. But it was never like, oh, he just doesn't give a fuck anymore. Like he gives out next August. Like it was never that. Every drill.
And I never got that impression.
Yeah, I always try to like be relevant or whether give people good advice or make them fucking laugh. I didn't want to be like the one that was just like the piece of shit. Just because I already knew.
Trust me, there's good sergeants, and you're one of them. You're definitely on that list of good sergeants.
Appreciate that.
But there's definitely that list of sergeants where I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah, I don't ever want to speak to you if I don't have to. You know what I mean?
Right. And it's just like, you know who to go to, and you know who you didn't fuck with, and you know who was fake, and you know who had bad blood for you, and I knew them all, and that's why like I remember walking like before you got there, you don't know what it's like before you got there.
Yeah,
right?
I've heard.
You used to walk in, and it felt like something out of a fucking Bram Stoker movie. It was dark, stormy night, lightning. You walked in, and everyone looked sad, and then it was drill. And then now all of a fucking sudden you have this new captain and the light is shining and you hear birds chirping. You see a rainbow in the background. You're like, what? And it's not angry anymore. It's able. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I originally moved to Vegas and that's a whole rabbit hole there too. But
where in Vegas did you live?
It's close on the border of Summerlin and Northwest.
Okay.
So
I have a buddy that lives out
there. It
there.
was about 35, 40 minutes away from my job, which was
shitty.
Which was a prison. But originally, I went to Vegas to become Metro cop, like a Las Vegas Metro cop.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't go my way. I went through some struggles. The academy was tough, but they let me go, and I had to think real quick of what to do for work. And I said, you know what, Department of Corrections. And so I went, did their academy, passed, and then I became a full-fledged CO. But while I was there, you work 5 16-hour shifts, and like because they mandate you to work overtime, and then it takes 45 minutes to get there, 45 minutes back. By the time you get home, you got to shit, shower, shave,
and then
eat, and sleep.
Yeah.
Fuck, so the only 2 days I had off were
drill weekends.
No, and that was another thing. Like if I had drill weekends, that was time off. And when I did have time off, I would one of my days off was Tuesday. Every Tuesday was like our prison league to go and play hockey or go and play baseball.
Okay.
And I would just watch and drink heavy. I would drink heavy, and I went from 225 in great shape
in corrections,
and then I went to 298 depressed. And so, mind you, when I went to one of the drill weekends, Oshner was there, and we had mind you, I hadn't been with I had just went through one academy. That's 6 months plus some FTEP, and then I went to another academy, right?
And then just life.
And then life. So it's almost a year I was gone from the unit, right? And I came back fat as fuck. I wasn't drilling with them. And mind you, it's a weekend a month. So you're not really working out like active.
Yeah.
So I come back and Oshner was already an active Marine. You know how the Marines are. Oh, rah, right?
Yep.
So I'm the 240 gunner. I haven't done this in a year. And we're going up a hill, and we're moving in formation. We're going up a hill, and my fat ass was falling behind. I was falling out. Mm-hmm. I ended up being the last one, and Sergeant Mason's like, "Can you keep up?" I was like, "I'm trying." I'm 298, 299 with gear. I'm 330. I'm actually more. Remember, I told you when I was in Kuwait with gear, I was 320 at 270. So I'm probably like 340, 350.
Yeah. Walking
uphill. Give me a break. After a year, that's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
Oshner didn't give a fuck. Oshner had this appeal. And mind you, this is before I knew him. This is before I got to know him. I thank him for that. I thank him for being so real with me because...
What do you do?
We're at the top of the hill and he goes, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I was like, "What?" And he goes, "You're fucking embarrassing. You're a fucking fat fuck and you need to get your shit together because you're going to get someone fucking killed." And I was like, I can't even get mad at him.
No, I was just going to say that is a really good thing that Oshner said that.
Yeah,
too.
No, it is. And that's what I call a good friend. Because if he had never told me that, and he had never gave me that real constructive criticism, and mind you guys, that's constructive criticism in the military. And if you can't,
I was just gonna say that too. Was there's sometimes where I do want to say not specifically those words, but have I come off like that to people in the civilian world, but I can't because it's a very much military constructive
I feel
criticism.
A lot of people can't take that anymore.
No, if you said you're a fucking fat fuck, you're literally about to get someone fucking killed. You can't even carry your fucking weapon. I'm literally shutting the fuck up and going like, everything you just said is not wrong.
And mind you, I'm way bigger than Oshner.
Oh, Oshner, yeah.
And Oshner's a fit guy. He could probably handle his own. But I'm a different unit, right? Especially when I'm in shape. And I looked at him, I'm like, you're fucking right, dude. And I just kept walking. I kept trying. And after it was like a big brother, little brother moment.
Yeah.
And so he's like, you got to get your shit together, dude. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And so I was like, whoa, who the fuck is this asshole? At first I was like, what the fuck? My pride got to me.
Yeah.
Right?
Who the fuck is he? This guy
Like, who
telling me.
the fuck is this guy? And then I'm like, I sat down, I cooled down for a little bit. I was like, nah, he's fucking right. You gotta understand, I've been doing 5 16-hour shifts. I'm getting fat, getting drinking. Like, and that's when I was like, you know what? I have to make this change.
Yeah.
And so if I do get deployed, who will I get killed? And it sucked. But I think I'm like, I really always think about that situation. And I bet you, if you ever talk to him, he'll remind you, like, yeah, I did tell him that shit.
He's like, yeah, I fucking yelled at him.
Yeah. But I needed that. And it's crazy because I was like, well, I'm never going to get deployed. Mind you, I was going to get out on a financial discharge because the unit kept fucking me. I was living in Vegas because they kept losing my PT records, or they kept saying, oh, that was
Would you have to keep coming in?
I would have to keep driving in from Vegas.
Not on drill days to come fill in the blanks for stuff that.
And so I was just losing money. And so I was like, you know what? Fuck this. This ain't worth it.
It's not.
And so they denied my financial they did
Your hardship?
my financial hardship. And what ended up happening was the unit forgot about me, and then they got deployed. And then I volunteered. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna get in shape and I'm gonna go get deployed. I got deployed, and guess who I see in another tent because I went to go visit Flores. I see fucking Oshner. Yeah. And Oshner's like, what's up, motherfucker? I was like, hey, yeah, what's up, dog? You know what I'm saying? Like, now I'm deployed. Here I am. And I was
feeling better.
And he's like, dude, he even said, he goes, you look better.
Yeah.
I was like, I am.
No, that's one thing too in the military. Yeah, you'll have your buddies that'll say, you're fucking fat, fix yourself, which is as real as possible. But you also have friends like that who will come up and be like,
that's what I love about the infantry.
You're like, dude, you lost some fucking weight, guy. Like, you look good.
That's what I love about
the infantry. I appreciate that, bro. Like, it's such a dope feeling, bro.
It's really dope.
Especially being big body, like, being used to being big body and hearing those words like, bro, you look good, bro. Like,
Sergeant,
bro, I appreciate that, man.
One of the sergeants, when I went there and they hadn't seen me in a long time, they're like, what the fuck? I go, Cruz? And I was like, hi.
Yeah,
and then
that's a good
like,
feeling.
You don't need a lift. And then so like one of the guys was like, oh, you want an eagle lift? Like oh, he didn't say those words.
You're like,
oh, what are you putting up? I was like, bro, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And then we had a bench off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
I've heard of. I'm not really into the working out, but
yeah,
I'm aware.
A bench off is like, I don't know if that's what they call it now, but a bench off is like who you're gonna bench, who's gonna bench.
Yeah.
And I remember they started me off, dude, and I hit my weight, and they're like, okay, we're done. I was like, yeah, you're done. Yeah, I'm out, right? Because basically, just with my one lift off, they're like, fuck you. I go, this is
what you bench?
I was benching 315 10 times.
That's fucking good, bro.
Right, and I have the video.
How many plates is that? Fucking
3 plates.
Three
Plates. And then so I hit that 10 times, and that was right before we deployed. We were at McGregor, and he was like, "What the fuck?" I have the video, and they're like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "They're like, what the fuck?" I go, "Yeah." I go, "This is why I don't eagle lift anymore. I don't have pride anymore." So what I do now is I do a lot of cable workouts, kind of like the Gagastanis, right? A bunch of cable workouts, and what I do is
that works. I bet
I do 4 sets of 15 with whatever weight I could do.
Okay,
right? That's gonna be at like a good work pace, and I try to do 6 workouts in 60 minutes. At least give me 10 minutes a workout.
I like that.
Right? I keep it simple. I keep it stupid simple. Right? And it's an ass kicker. And then one day I'll work shoulders, another arms, another, focus just on chest and on back and legs, and that's about it. I do jiu-jitsu about five times a week. So 5 in the gym, 5 in the gym in weights. 5 on the mats, and then I walk every day. And then I drink almost a gallon of water a day.
That's good. That's really, and you read.
And I read, and I read scripture every day.
Do you drink alcohol?
I don't anymore. I don't.
Oh, you don't drink alcohol, period.
No, because you got to remember, I came from Vegas, and I was drinking every fucking Tuesday. But not drinking. I was getting belligerently drunk with my boys, acting a fool. I kept gaining weight. I kept getting the drunchies, right?
The drunchies is crazy.
Right? And so I just went, remember, I just said it. I was 220. Then I started getting to 240, and I was like, oh. And I got to 260, and I was like, huh? And I got to 280.
And that's what sucks, too, is when you know you're gaining weight, and you can see it.
I was getting it in 20-pound increments. Mind you, at the 280, I was like, oh, no, I'm still good. And then I'm 299. That's almost 300.
Yeah.
I started feeling fatigued. They diagnosed me with pre-diabetes. They basically said you're getting high blood pressure.
Yeah, that's one of the big reasons why when I was doing the SRP going to Kuwait, when I was doing all the process and they're like, you're gonna go, and then I was like, yeah, no, I'm getting out. You know what I mean? Like I did one of those cards. They were telling me that I had high blood pressure. I was like crossing that line, that I was a lot like more overweight than I have been before, and I was just like, if I don't switch this up somehow, like, no, I'm gonna die if I don't switch it up, but like, I'm not gonna like feel good about myself whatsoever. So that's good that that's like one thing I haven't, not like I'm like do it every freaking weekend, but like stop drinking. I've like cut drinking a lot, and I've lost a lot.
I don't mind it. Like I wish I like, what sucks is that here, you try. I've just told you my journey, and I'm trying to like lose all this weight, right? I was 298 again in December. I am 268 right now. So I've dropped 30 pounds in about 2 months. Healthy, right? Half a pound a day, which is pretty healthy.
You lost 30 pounds in 2 months?
Well, it's about 2 months, yeah. It's January. And
that's
now
pretty good.
It's almost the end of February.
I've lost 45 and 4.5.
Right, but this I'm doing this healthy, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'm trying
it's not like
to as
wrestling.
well.
It's not like wrestling weight cutting where you have to drop all this weight like instantly. You drop like 10 pounds in 2 days.
Yeah, that's kind of nuts.
Like, that's unhealthy, but there's always some type of temptation out there. My favorite brewery that's based out of San Diego is Carl Strauss. They got this beer called the Wind and Sea Wheat Hefeweizen.
It sounds appetizing already.
It's bananas in a beer. They opened up a fucking restaurant right here at Dos Lagos. Like, I'm like,
oh
really?
my
They got
God.
rid of the taps. Well, no one, who the fuck eats at taps? Anyway, they got rid of that. They got rid of the taps and they opened up the fucking, my favorite brewery. And I was like, okay, that sucks. And because Dos Lagos is known for ducks, their symbol's a rubber ducky, right? So I was like,
You're
okay.
like, I could go for a fucking brewery.
I love Italian food. I usually go to Claro's in Covina to get a good like meatball sub or some type of cold cut, right?
Yeah.
I was like, dude, yeah, I'm glad it's far away. They opened a fucking Claro's in Dos Lagos.
So
right?
if you had like the lifestyle you had like a year or two ago,
This
and
would
then
not
this happened, you'd be like,
Yeah.
oh yes,
yes, the real big back.
yeah, you'd be
out,
like,
right?
oh, this is great,
Right.
this is
But
great.
I'm
Yeah.
holding a lot of discipline, right? I've done carnivore. This is what's been helping me, right?
You told me.
A steak a night.
A steak
So
a night.
a steak a night. 6
I
eggs in the
wi-
morning,
I
a steak a night.
wish.
Yeah.
I wish.
I'd
I'd love to have a meal like that every day. I'd love to have a steak every
the
fucking
bill
day.
does get expensive, but
Yeah, it doesn't sound like
it gets expensive.
I'm cool with my spam and rice and Maruchan
Oh,
ramen
dude,
over
that
here.
sounds good too.
What
dude.
spam and rice? Spam egg and rice?
Oh yeah, dude.
Shout out Korea.
Yeah. Fuck.
So steak a day, 6 eggs in the morning.
Right.
You do like protein shakes and stuff too.
No, I don't do any of that. I don't touch sugar. I don't touch bread. I don't touch alcohol because it all.
When's the last time you had a drink like an alcoholic drink?
December with the family. I had coquito. It's a Puerto Rican drink.
And just one?
It's the Puerto Rican eggnog or the Caribbean eggnog. Let me not get so specific on Puerto Rico. Just because the Cubans and the Dominicans, they'll get fucking pissed. Hey, maricon, right? They'll go there. But it's definitely a Caribbean drink. It's made with coconut milk, condensed milk, and
condensed milk.
and then evaporated milk, and they put rum in it with cinnamon, and it's really good. It's really refreshing. But it's
good.
their version of eggnog for the holidays. So I had it with my aunt and stuff like that. And it was good, dude. It was really good. And so,
were you drinking like before that, or was it just one of those?
My favorite cocktail is a mojito.
Oh, so it wasn't like one of those situations where you drink it at this party and all of a sudden you're like, damn, I'm I'm buzzing right now. I'm buzzing.
I don't
I'm
drink
tipsy.
like that anymore, but I'll drink socially. When I was drinking, now I'm on a new journey, dude.
That's
self-progression.
that's a different type of discipline, which I know I'm gonna get there one day. I have the discipline to do whatever the fuck I want. I know I can. What do you call it? I'm just chipping at like the bad negative stuff in my life.
You're still very young though.
Oh yeah, I know. Like
yeah.
Me drinking 2 beers a month or 3 months, it's not really gonna.
It's not gonna affect you.
Yeah,
I wish dude, the Yankee, like the World Series, the best World Series that you could possibly think of. The hardest teams, the Yankees and the Dodgers. I was drinking 24 ounces of Wind and Sea Wheat right there from Carl Strauss, fucking an hour. Fucking watching my Yankees get their ass beat. Fucking Dodgers, right? Now they're gonna really win again because they got the fucking best guys on their team now. And we lost Soto. Anyway, that's a different. That's a different fucking.
Yeah, he's going crazy.
But yeah, I was. But then like,
And just said, hey,
I just, you know what? No
I'm
more.
I'm done. I'm good.
My favorite cocktail though is a mojito. It's fucking
Mojito?
delicious. Yeah, because you know you got lemon, you got mint. It's refreshing, and it's just like it's the everyday. Like let me just
Let's get some.
little.
Have someone come in.
Where
real
it was
quick.
like the gator daiquiris. I don't know where the mojito comes from.
I don't know where it's coming from.
Where you know?
I said I don't know where.
Oh, okay. It's a Cuban cocktail, right?
Of course it is, ladies and gentlemen.
No, it is. It
I'm
really,
kidding.
no, it's because it's hot in Cuba, bro. And so
Mojitos is like the thing.
that's a Cuban word, mojito, mojito,
Nah, okay.
right? And it's like they like if when you know like when people cook, you guys Mexicans have salsa, right? We have something called mojo, so mojito. It's basically the same thing. You know what's crazy is that Cubans do not fuck with spice, but you know where one of the hottest chilies come from? Cuba. No, people don't know this. Watch, the habanero, also known as the Scotch bonnet. It comes from La Habana, Cuba. The habanero. No one knows that. It grows. It's a good export, but we don't fucking touch that shit.
What about alcohols? Is there any alcohols from Cuba?
Yes, and you're gonna be like, "What the heck?" I was
805.
No.
Nah, okay,
No.
good.
So you know the Puerto Rican rum called Bacardi or Bacardi. Everyone thinks it comes from Puerto Rico. It's originated from Cuba. Because during communism, they had to go to another place where they had the same soil. And Cuba was not it. It was Puerto Rico. And that's why when you see it, it says the label is originally from Santiago de Cuba. And the other one, like it says product of Puerto Rico because it is a product of Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
But it originates from Cuba. The bat that's on the bottle is a Cuban bat. And that's why when you have a cocktail at the end of the tour in Puerto Rico, it's a mojito.
Do you believe in the paranormal?
Clarify that. Like, go down the what do you mean the paranormal? Like paranormal activities?
No, that's a little too crazy. Do you believe that there is like ghosts? There's like ghosts, or
I've had experiences with that.
we're here in his home?
No, not here.
Oh.
No.
Because when I walked in, I felt no. I'm just kidding.
No. I've had.
I have friends that do that.
I know. I've had experiences with that, but I don't know what it is. I think it's maybe like my conscious telling me or something like that. Like,
do you think? Do you believe like it could be like your relatives from the past?
It could be some like Coco shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe they're on my shoulder. Like, back the fuck up. Stop.
Do you? Oh, like a guardian angel type.
Yeah, type deal. Yeah.
Do you believe in like extraterrestrials?
Like aliens? Maybe, dude. That's a hard one, dude. Because
What do you mean? Like, what's stopping you from believing? Well, what, physically seeing one, whether it's real or not, or
doing some Independence Day shit?
some Will Smith and freaking
I got you, motherfucker. No, fuck, dude. I watch Star Wars like a motherfucker, so maybe
that's like a different type of. That's Roger. There's the Jedi. Blast him, Roger. It's, I'm not talking one of those. I'm talking like
I could
you've seen owls at night.
because I'm going to faith, and you know what I'm saying.
That's why I kind of want to ask you this, is because I
I'm
didn't know.
And technically, I don't know. I haven't read too deep into it where it doesn't clarify that there might be other life forms, but we can't be the only ones. You know what I mean? Like
That's what I'm
that's
saying.
that's a
There's
50-50
no
win.
way. So, UFOs. You think UFOs? Have you?
There's a lot of stuff out there.
I just like picking brains of people and seeing like where they stand, because a lot
There's
of people.
like with that actually are in high places that actually seen it and they're not allowed to talk about it. And,
Really?
Yeah. No.
Oh yeah, I know that for sure. Yeah.
And where this technology of them moving is more advanced than our most advanced.
When I think I talked about it in some previous episode, but I have seen I've seen UFOs out in Irwin multiple times.
Well, dude, there was something when we were in Kuwait. It was like a trail of lights that were together, and they were like, "Oh, that's Elon Musk."
Oh, that's Elon Musk's thing. Yeah.
Well, fucking, he got all of us.
Yeah, there was one here like last month, like right here in
I'm trying to get Starlink, dude. I want to get Starlink so bad.
the game.
No, the fucking internet service from Elon Musk. You never heard of Starlink?
No, what is it?
Oh my goodness, dude. So he doesn't just work on Tesla energy, because everyone thinks
What
Tesla
is Starlink? Is it like a?
It's satellite internet, and it's basically Elon Musk satellite internet. You can plug it in, put it in the satellites. It'll find the satellites, and you'll forever have Wi-Fi without disturbances.
Oh,
It's a little bit.
it kind of reminds me of like the army, how they have Boingo wireless. And
No,
they just,
that shit sucks.
Yeah, no.
When I was out there, the Marines, Task Force Grizzly and Task Force Gator, they used Starlink, and it was way faster. Than
Jesus fuck! I didn't know they used that up there.
Yeah, they used it, and it was way better than the shit.
Have
that
you,
they
have you used
originally got.
Have you used Boeing Wireless before? Have you paid the $54.99 for blazing internet speed?
No. You mean that fucking slow shit that fucking
it gets every
old people fuck faster than that internet.
It gets everyone on CQ who does 24-hour duty, who lives in housing, who doesn't live in the barracks. They'll say, "I'll pay for the one day $54.99."
Yeah, they tried to do that shit when they were at McGregor. I was like, nah.
Yeah, that's like a common mistake.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
But
that shit's trash and everyone uses it.
and everyone uses it too, so it's a lot fucking slower. But I have seen some crazy stuff when I was over there.
When I was working at the prison, I used to see some shit in the sky. Like
really?
That shit didn't make sense. Like shit.
You're
was
like, what the fuck? Were you ever in a situation where someone was near you and they could like vouch for you too?
Yeah, it was like my whole team, my whole extraction team.
I've been in multiple situations in Irwin where it wasn't just me that saw this. Like I have multiple people that can be like, what the fuck? And I'm talking like you just said it, like the way the technology, the way it operates, how fast it, like there's some stuff that's like out of this world, and I've like seen some shit like that. I've also seen I mean, I might get fucking waxed after this podcast, but I've also seen an alien too.
Where'd you see an alien at?
In San Diego when I was 8 years old.
On the border?
No, on my way to the border. No, in my room. He was it, she, it, whatever, they, them. It was.
Probably wasn't.
It was just.
Yeah, color hair.
No hair.
No blue hair.
No blue hair.
Did they play that song?
No,
I'm blue.
No piercings.
If I were green, I would die.
No. But yeah, it was like leaving my room. I was already in my room, and I caught it before it was like 2:30 in the morning or so. And
you caught the alien?
It was
like
already.
You caught it like in a cage?
No, like I caught him leaving. Like I caught him in the act. I caught him like.
This is real shit. No bullshit.
No bullshit.
You weren't.
And I really
you weren't
wish
on a little anything like crazy. Right?
I really wish
you weren't on shrooms or anything like that.
At the age of 8, fuck no.
Especially at the age of 8.
Yeah, especially with my parents. No, that's not. I was it was just a school day. I was in the 2nd grade, and then I felt like the body, like let's say your office was facing that way,
right?
And you had headphones on, you're watching like ESPN, and then your kids come in, but you don't know that because you're jamming out. But you get this body warmth feeling. You're just like, oh, this one's fucking watching me. You know, you look back and you're like, oh, hey, what's up, honey? You know,
I get that all the time. It's my fucking dog.
Yeah, I had that, but in my own room, and I slept in the same room as my older brother. His name is Gustavo. He's 2 years older than me. We had 2 separate beds. So I was used to sleeping in the same.
Got some real.
Yeah, I'm used to sleeping in a room with someone.
No. You got some real like
what?
Cultural ass names, huh?
Gustavo and Enrique. Oh, yeah. My mom's Claudia. My dad's
Gustavo.
Gustavo.
Zorro shit going on.
Yeah. And yeah, I just got that body warmth feeling, and I felt like it was behind me, which was the doorway, the alley or the hallway. And
that's creepy as hell.
Just kind of like
what was that like as a kid? Because I can tell you some things that I grew up with as a kid.
I don't.
That fucking it'll like make the legs walk off your. They make the hair on your legs walk off.
That was probably the first time in my life where the next day where my mom would say like, "Go get me a drink" or something, and I would say, "I can't." Like no. She was like, "What the fuck you say to me?" I was like, "I cannot physically walk into the kitchen right now, like by myself." Like I'm petrified to go in there by myself.
Oh wow!
So for like a good couple months, I couldn't like go in there, and I felt like whatever it was gonna come visit me again. And
dude, my daughter tells me stuff like that all the time.
Oh my god, that's fucking scary, bro.
Hold up. So she's 4 years old, right? And I'm like, Dad. She goes, Dad, I can't go there by myself. It's too dark. I go, here's a knife.
Nice.
I'm training her to be a fucking killer. And then she still comes back and says, I need you. I was like, all right, I'll go.
Let me grab the gun now. I need sun protection too.
Dude, one time, I'm not even bullshitting my daughter. My daughter's like, Dad, who's that behind you?
No.
I swear, Dad,
I'm getting
look.
the chills.
Hold up. And
I remember I said that to you before the podcast started.
But I look behind. Mind you, my window in the bedroom has, there's nothing in there. It's just a fucking curtain.
And if your own daughter.
My daughter told me that, and I said,
Did you look back real quick?
Bro, look, let me tell you something. I can fight a lot of people, bro. I can actually put like my background in this, like I can really hurt somebody.
Yes, you can.
I can't fuck up a ghost, bro. I can't fuck up a demon, bro. Like I'm so heavy, Jesus couldn't lift my spirits. You see what I'm saying? So, but a fucking demon, bro. Like even the power of Christ can go. Like, oh, dude, I was scared and I looked and there was nothing there and I was just like, fuck this. Like, I knew it wasn't real. Maybe she was just fucking with me, even though she's.
Yeah, that's what
because like I knew it would be real if my dog sensed it, because my dog is alert. Like my dog.
Oh, when he did,
like so
when his neck is extending, he's looking.
So I'll be chilling downstairs sometimes watching a movie or something, and if my dog hears something, if I hear
starts growling.
And my dog's really alert, I'm like, oh fuck no. When there's
nothing in around, when that happens, you like turn down the volume, kind of listen to like what the fuck he's trying to.
Turn on all the lights, and I fucking go out there with my fucking sword, my lightsaber or something.
Nice.
I'm like, let's go, bitch. All right, we're about to fucking form my own.
I can't. I cannot. If my own kid, I'm a scaredy cat to begin with. So if I have a little miniature Kiki running around, hey dad, who's that in the front? You're grounded.
You're done.
No ghosts, no aliens, no UFOs. That's not in your.
You know what? If it's real, if it's real, I'm just gonna accept it as fuck it.
Do you watch scary movies?
I do not. I do not fuck with scary movies. And I'll tell you why. That's opening doors. I ain't opening doors.
You're okay. You're not wrong.
I don't even open doors for fucking my mom. You know what I'm saying? Hey son, I'm home. Fuck it. You know,
Doors unlocked.
Doors unlocked. Right? I do not like during Halloween. That's my favorite holiday, by the way. Halloween's my favorite holiday.
Halloween is my favorite holiday too.
Right. During Halloween, I'll watch the classic like werewolf,
Van Helsing,
like Frankenstein,
some Hugh Jackman Van Helsing.
Oh, or like the Leagues of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yeah, hey, that's a good movie. That's a good one. That's a good one.
So
that's a good one.
These really cool like Van Helsing with the what's his name? Fucking
some Hugh Jackman Van Helsing.
Oh, or like
Hugh Jackman. Yeah, Hugh Jackman.
Yeah. So like stuff like that, I'll watch because it's like the Victorian era horrors, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And so that's cool.
So you're not putting on no
Omen, no
The Fourth Kind or the Nun
or Paranormal Activity. You know, my friends took me to go see that for the first time, and they knew I didn't like scary movies. They said, "Oh, dude, it's about aliens." I said, "Oh, okay, I like aliens. Star Wars, let's go."
Roger.
Bro, I held on to my friend for the fucking longest in the movie. They thought we were a gay couple, right? Bro, I was like, why the fuck did you...
From the beginning of that movie, it was already like...
Yeah, and then I thought it was real, and then someone told me it's all fake. I go, who the fuck makes shit like this? And so like, I just don't like scary movies. I don't.
I've also heard the term of when you be watching movies like this, like, you're allowing the next hour and a half, 2 hours of demonic or whatever they're trying to put it. Like, you're letting that flood your mind, and the mind is a crazy thing. So
I don't need that.
I agree. I like scary movies, you know.
No, I just can't.
I'm aware of what I'm doing to myself.
Like before I met my wife, and I would go out with girls, and they're like, "Oh, let's go to a scary maze." And I'm like, "All right, let's go." You're going first. You take lead. I'll hold on. We're clearing rooms.
Yeah, I can do a 1 man, 2 man.
Yeah. Like I'm not.
I'm not with the bullshit.
I'm not with that shit.
What's the last scary movie you saw? Paranormal Activity.
It was on deployment. These motherfuckers wanted to watch that whole series of The Conjuring, all this fucking movies. My friend Mariquin, shout out to Mariquin, great soldier. But this asshole, he's like, come on, don't be a bitch. Watch it. We're right here. I'm right here next to you. I'm gonna hold your hand. Fuck you, right? We're watching it, dude. I couldn't even watch it. I had to pay attention to my phone, bro. I can't watch scary movies like that. When people are like ultimately like they love thrillers like that. It makes my day piss, bro. I walk out and I'm just like, fuck you scared me.
I'm trying to do something in that aspect too of adding to my resume. I like the idea of like
I have different walks of life.
Yeah, I'm not. How do you say? It's like LeBron, like how LeBron started in Cleveland, and then had like somewhat of like a Hall of Fame career, and then went to Miami, and then had like another Hall of Fame career, and then went back to Cleveland, and then won again, and had another Hall of Fame career, and then went to the Lakers. And is having a Hall of Fame career. Yeah, like
I still don't. I still don't think LeBron's the best though.
I don't think so either. But I like that idea of in different parts of his life, he was the best at whatever. You know, like even though he was 32 on the Heat, he got him a championship, and even if he got out from 31 to 36, he would still make the Hall of Fame. I like that aspect of.
Are you comparing me to LeBron?
Yeah. No, but thank you. I like the idea of not being okay with the bare minimum. You know what I mean? Like
everything
I would do. Like I like the idea of I'm a vet, but I also do security. I'm trying to be a firefighter.
Yeah,
but I'm
dude.
also a podcaster.
And you gotta understand too,
Yeah,
just like what they tell us when you join the military, everybody's on their own journey. You're on yours.
Yeah,
And
and
they don't like.
you know what's crazy, and I've said this in the last podcast before, is one of the reasons why I haven't really pursued firefighting, even though like I love, I want to be a firefighter, is because you said it. This is my journey.
That's your journey. And
I stopped doing firefighting just so I could do podcasting.
That's what's up.
I
dude.
stopped what I really wanted to do for the last 2-3 years of schooling.
But you could do both, right?
No, I know. I'm fully aware. I'm gonna do so. I'm gonna be a firefighter one day. I know it. I'm ready. I just gotta do EMT
You
and
are.
I'm gonna be it. But like you said, it's my journey and I'm enjoying this so
Originally,
much.
I wanted to be a firefighter. That was actually my dream career.
Being a firefighter?
Yeah, that's what I did my whole high school project on.
Being a firefighter?
Yeah, I got scared away from it.
What? Fires?
No, fuck, I'm fire. No. No, I'm just kidding. My mom kind of scared me away from it. She's like, no, you're gonna hurt yourself. And then I got to a point where I got to stop listening to mommy. You know what I mean?
You can hurt yourself forever.
Yeah, and then
hurt yourself
she
going
didn't
out?
want me to join the army, and I joined the army. My mom didn't want me to wrestle in college, and I wrestled in college.
Badass.
My mom didn't want me to become a cop. I
Badass.
moved to Vegas, became a cop. My mom didn't want me to fucking get deployed, and I got deployed. My mom didn't want me to work on electrical. She thought I was gonna be like my dad. I'm working on becoming an electrician. And then, but the one thing I never did was try to become a firefighter. And originally, that's what I wanted to do. I was even like thinking of doing the classes, doing all the fire science and stuff like that. But at the same time, again, everyone's gonna have their own journey, and they can take in all the information that they get. But what scared me away again was the whole fact, like what just happened right now with the California fires, and there was no water. They got cut funding. Now it's really like now it's easier to become a firefighter than it was back then.
Yeah.
But electricians get paid more. You know what I mean? I know the schedule for firefighters is way better, right? But
In a sense, yeah.
But I know what I'm using my military benefits to become an electrician. It's way easier to become an electrician than it is a firefighter right now.
Yeah.
And right now
I get that.
You're what, 27 you said? 26?
26. I turned 27
You're
in
26.
April.
I'm 34.
Right?
Right?
Kidding.
No.
Kidding.
I'm 34. Time is leaving me, right? And so now that I've had all these other experiences, right now I got to hunker down and do what's best for my family as opposed to what's best for me. And so not a lot of people understand that.
This is why I'm pursuing podcasting and doing what I want now before I hit that age where I don't need to like be thinking about, am I gonna get episode 37? No, I should probably go pick my kid up from school. You know what I mean? Like, there's a time and place for everything.
I didn't have my first kid till I was 30.
Yeah, I don't plan to have kids until I'm 30 as well.
Yeah, no. I had my daughter was at 30. My son was at 32.
Do you feel like it was good that you waited?
Yes, but I think it's because also I wasn't getting bitches like that. You know what I mean?
He's like, if I could have a kid earlier, I would.
in college, I did have a really fun life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there was girls. I've missed out on many opportunities of great girls, but at the same time, it was college. You know, you just want to dip your toes in the water.
It's college. College is college.
Yeah, that's where you find yourself. And then I never knew I was going to be with my wife. I mean, you saw my wife. You saw her. She has alopecia. She's bald. Everyone thinks she has cancer. My wife has no hair on her body, right? Mm-hmm. And you would think that. And back then, I was very shallow. I wasn't going to date a girl with alopecia. What the fuck? That's weird. Mm-hmm. No, she's my Amber Rose now. You know what I'm saying? No joke. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my wife. She's bearing my kids. She's pregnant with my third. And in plain sight, I would have never thought I would have been with someone like her. Mm-hmm. And then the moment I met her, you know what I'm saying? That shit went out the door. Like, she was beautiful to me. And so then I got to know her. She started being really good with my life. And she flew and paid her own ticket to go see me graduate at Benning.
Hell yeah.
Right? Then she flew again to go pick me up.
Hell yeah.
Right? So you know how you have your family day and then you have your graduation day?
Yeah, I didn't see any of my family.
Yeah. She paid for both those rental cars, freaking rental cars, plane tickets, and apartment, and paid all my food.
Keeper.
Right. When we met, she drove from Vegas to Riverside to come meet me.
Wow.
Yeah. And then she used to live in San Diego with her family, like her cousins, because she was taking care of her cousins. Uh-huh. And she used to drive to me, and I used to drive to her or take the train from San Diego to Riverside all the time. We lived a long-distance relationship for 7 years. Wow. And then we started making it serious, and then we moved in together, or I moved to Vegas, and she used to go to the apartment all the time.
Yeah.
Right. And then we got married, and then we had kids, and then I was living out there, and then life hits you hard. I had to really change my life because I didn't like being a correctional officer.
Yeah,
Really,
I wouldn't think that's kind of like
you're living your prison life. You're living in prison, and so
it's like you're in trouble.
Yeah, you're not happy. And me and my wife were getting into fights all the time. It wasn't healthy. I was drinking a lot, and I told her, look, we're gonna have to suck up some pride, and I'm probably gonna have to move back with my mom because we can restart over. And now life is heading into a great direction.
There you go.
You see what I'm saying? So
same aspect for my parents too. When they were going through it, they moved in with my dad's father or my dad's mother. Their family home,
right?
And it definitely picked them up to like a better direction, especially because they had kids as well.
So imagine, I have a daughter. I'm doing really good in my career as a cop, but then my mental health isn't helping.
Yeah.
But the military wasn't helping me for shit either, right? And it was either I divorce my wife and pay her money. No, we weren't with her. We weren't together that long, but it
this motherfucker, bro, you had me serious, bro. I was like, wait, what'd you say?
No.
Go ahead.
It was either me and wife get a divorce,
yeah,
and then I would have to pay child support really because we had our daughter, and I would just be negative and not happy with her.
Backwards.
Or we can work together, move back with me. Let's take some pride out of our lives, hunker down back at mom's, and get back on the grind and refire, right? And now look at me. I got no debt.
There you go.
I have no debt. I have nothing.
If I can just say those words one day.
I have no debt. I have all the time in the world to hurry up and focus on my career, and I'm about to do that.
Yeah.
I'm about to start investing. You know what I mean? Like I don't mean to put all my plans out there, but doors are opening up because one, I've turned to Christ. I know that sounds so cliche.
Yeah. No, I know it sounds so cliche. You heavenly. You deeply fell into your faith, and
I focused on 5 real big focuses. I focused financially. I focused like body wise,
physically, mentally,
spiritually, and family. Right. I kept my family always first because that's what gets my drive going. Right. As long as I take care of all of this, my family's taken care of. It's a live or die situation. If I don't succeed, they die. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's just my mindset, and honestly, it's been doing good. And the fight's never over, dude.
No. Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you something right now. Just simply, I'm gonna give this message straight.
Okay, go ahead.
And the rest of the audience.
If we're gonna close it off right here, and if you had to say, that's actually my last topic was, if you can give one piece of advice for everyone that's watching right now, what would you say before you close this podcast off? Because everyone's going through their own demons, they're fighting their own battles,
right?
And sometimes a couple sentences of reassurance is. It'll help some people.
Believe it or not, the Lord gives the toughest battles to the strongest
soldiers.
warriors. Mm-hmm. Right? My mom told me that. Right? He knows what you're going through, and he knows you're going to get through it. It's just how hard are you going to fight before you think you're going to quit. And if you're going to quit, say, I'll quit tomorrow. Every day. I'll quit tomorrow. I'll quit tomorrow. And the more you say that, the more you realize you're never going to quit.
You're never going to quit.
And that's why also pray.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
If you don't know how to pray, just say whatever. Just talk to him like you talking to me.
Yes, that's a good thing too.
And that's just in retrospect. I would have never been the guy to tell you to move to Christ. I was battling with faith myself every day. I didn't know what church to go to. I went to like 10 different sects of Christianity. You know, I was always seeing hypocrisy in all of it. I would say, "Oh yeah, I'm a Christian. Oh yeah, I read my Bible." I never did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I go to church. I never did. But this, I don't know what it was, 2025, but I read scripture every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm already in Numbers, and I'm about to get into Deuteronomy. That's already 4 books down within this, like since December to now.
I know when you said that
and I've already read 2 other books.
Yeah.
Right. So what? That's 6 books in 2 months. That's insane.
It is.
I would have never done that. Like normally.
It doesn't sound like something you do 10 years ago, right? If you told yourself, hey, at the age of 34, you're going to be reading 6 books before March.
No.
You're like, what the fuck?
No. But all those people that are out there struggling financially, physically, mentally, stay strong, dude. Knock down the wall. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Knock it down.
Yeah. Don't talk about your sexual life. Not with any of your boys. If it's just a hua. You know what I'm saying? If it's some girl that you met in Hong Kong and Mexico, okay.
Okay.
But your actual girl, your significant other, never talk about
what you
do with her. Never talk about all the arguments you have. Never. Do not share your personal relationship in that aspect with anybody. I don't care if it's your family or anything, because you need advice. Maybe you can get some advice from boys, but you don't share in depth everything, especially your sexual life. That's rule number 1. Why? Because that's sacred. That's sacred between you two, and no one needs to know your business, because you, just like I told you, you just don't know who around you is envious.
Yeah.
Right? 2, never talk about like money or how much better you are than somebody. Right? Stay humble. Right?
Yeah.
And then you never talk about your next move. Why? Because every time you tell somebody your story and what you're going to do next, there's someone out there that wants to bring it down, because they don't want you to progress more than them. A lot of people naturally don't know what it is to see somebody and be like, damn, that dude's doing it, without being jealous. I am fortunate to be in this life where anybody else who's doing something, I don't give a shit. That's not my life. That doesn't make me happy.
Yeah.
But I could always be proud of you. Like, look, I just told you that I wanted to be a firefighter. That was my dream job. Am I envious of you? No, I'm actually happy for you, because you're doing it for yourself. I know what I want. My life has changed its direction.
Yeah.
But if you ever need my help, I'm here. I'm not here to ruin your fucking life. Right?
But that's your life.
That's your life.
And
you have your relationships. I don't need to know about it. You have your money. I don't need to know what's in your account. Right? You have your next move. You don't need to tell me about it, because guess what? That's your journey. And I say that to everybody, because you don't know who out. You might think there's good people that have great intentions to have your back. I told you, you have your 2, and then there's everyone. There's everyone else.
You have your 2 or 3 good motherfuckers with you, and then there's everybody else.
There's everybody else, right? And you even have your own. You have your family. Like, I have my kids and my wife. Do I trust my wife? Yes. Do I trust my kids? Yes. But there's 2 to 3 motherfuckers that will go to war for you. And you only have that many. That's what you call a small circle.
Yeah.
After that, there's everyone else. You see what I'm saying?
Ladies and gentlemen, the man, the myth, the legend himself, the Panda, Andrew Cruz. Hey, thank you guys for watching this podcast. This is a long one, man. This is going to be a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah, but shout out to Andrew for allowing me to come into his home. Shout out to his wife, his hardworking wife that continues to grind and put up with this behemoth right here and every day. 3 kids. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Shout out to Keanu. That's a beautiful name.
Thank you.
Shout out to my homie Keanu too.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody else who's helped me along my journey too, even including you. Think about it. Before we this is where I give credit to you. If it wasn't for sergeants like you, if it wasn't for people like you, I would have already been out of the Army. Does that make sense?
It does.
You and only a few other sergeants that I have wholeheartedly trusted to help me progress have helped me stay in this damn fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's like one of those things, I just want to get out, but I can't. You know what I mean?
I get that. I 100% get that. Except I did. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you everyone for watching Andrew Cruz, episode 14. Shout out everyone for watching. And there's only one thing left to say. Peace.